because I have to factor in other people's like weird naked robot girl.
Hey, I love naked robot boys as well, don't you?
Tiny hole?
Yeah. Tiny hole.
Tiny hole!
Oh, I found this so strange.
Yeah, Steph is really stressed out about this, and I'm excited.
New Pokemon Snap. What the fuck?
No, it's not.
It fucking is.
Nick wakes up in a stone circle and is like, well, I better fuck it.
Oh my goodness. Peggle 3!
Back to when I was a child.
It's gonna be shit!
She'd just be like, it's me, bitch! And welcome to Back Pocket for Thursday, the 18th of February, live from the Loki Studios. My name is Gus, and yes, I finally have my single. It happened. I'm so happy. Yes, we are, of course, down one Back Pocket host this week. Nick is away, but we shall persist. We will persevere. We will back pocket without him. He is taking some much-needed rest and R&R with his family, getting in some holiday time. Hopefully, he's watching the show as well with them. Maybe that's what they're doing, settling in for a night. Speaking of the show, tonight on the show, we talk about what we've been feverishly playing. We furiously battle it out with a bunch of fanatic Pocket fans, and I put together some phenomenal back PockArt that is also very, very overdue. But I can't do that.
Fabulous intro.
Thank you very much. Ruined just at the end there, but all good stuff until that point. The voice you're hearing over there are the other people here to help me make the episode. Of course, it is...
Me, Steph, who is sitting in Gus's usual place, but without the beard and with added boob.
And me, with boob, in Steph's usual place.
There you go.
I'm still carrying the Christmas cheer, I think.
I think we all are, but yeah, you guys haven't taken spaces. You've just kind of settled up onto the ass crack middles of the previous.
Yeah. This
I
is
feel like
my
I'm pretty
spine
much
is
in your
twisting.
spot. I'm in your groove.
You're in my
You are, but yeah, I'm tilted a little bit. I'm gonna have a spine injury for sure after this. We'll talk to HR.
Yeah, we will. No Nick this week, but luckily we do have the voice of God, the voice of the studio, the voice of Little Will now with extra camera.
Yeah, you can see my face. Only took 2 episodes.
Son of a... Took me a whole first season, if we're going to call them that, to get my single, and we'll get to it too. But he is over there.
I love that so much.
He's over there pressing buttons, and we'll be pulling Will over into the show as well to fill some room, to get yourself on one of these, spine-altering ass cracks on the couch as well.
It's true. There's so much room over here.
It's just so much room.
Why
for
not
activities.
get Will over here at some point?
Lovely to have
Is
you.
ready.
Oh, good.
What was that?
My butt's ready.
Yeah, good. We were
like that
massaging it earlier just to make sure it was prepped for this.
Yeah.
Great to have you all with us here tonight. It's a fun-filled show. We've got plenty to get through. Thank you to anyone new. I saw a hype train popping up before in the chat, so get those Bezos
It's at level 3 right now.
It's a level 3 hype
Level
train.
Love a hype
3.
train.
Love
Thanks,
it.
guys. Thanks for your support.
We'll only take 6 more months until we decide what to do with a hype train. Something
Yeah.
ceremonious in the episode or something
Yeah.
we can do in here. Maybe it's a practical prop. Maybe we all have like conductor's hats and we're on a
This
hype
is what
train.
we do all day.
throw-
Gus says, it could be practical. And I'm like, it could be a graphic.
You want a little train. You want the pocket train from the Christmas thing to ride through the
Yes,
shot.
I do.
Whereas we could all just have train hats and whistles. We just put them on when it's a
Yeah.
hype train.
Think big,
What
then
sounds
make it
better?
much smaller.
So I don't think there's much housekeeping on tonight's episode other than, wishing Nick a very relaxing week off. Hope you're enjoying it. And maybe he's in the chat. Shout out if you are.
We say week off, but we're a 3-person business, so he's been answering emails. And
Actually, that's a very good point. Yeah, he's been, I think, probably very patient family around him as he runs off and does emails and stuff. So without him, we will be lesser for it, but I think we'll still have a nice time.
Is that a threat?
No, I got really sad for it.
You will have fun tonight.
Well, how about a way to perk us up is to talk about all things happy, bright and shiny, because we thought we'd start with a little bit of news. We don't usually do news. We do news on our somewhat daily backups on Monday and Wednesday, but we thought there was a big chunk of news that dropped this morning. There was a Nintendo Direct, the first one of the decade.
There was.
And
yeah.
how fitting for you to be hosting this episode as the Nintendo fanboy yourself, Gus.
I think, that's pretty appropriate. Everything just lined up. The planets aligned. I now get to sit in this chair and just do this all the time.
Oh, yeah.
Very happy with it today. This is what I was missing with my single, just the ability to fuck with my hair. But yes, there was a Nintendo Direct this morning, and they announced a whole heap of games, some original stuff, as usual, a whole heap of ports as well.
Yep.
Peter, you watched it?
Yeah, I skimmed it after the fact.
Yep.
I didn't get along to watch it the time it was going live. I find that I only ever watch those things in full if I'm there as it's playing out.
Yeah, right.
Because otherwise I'm like, I will just skip the things
it.
that don't look interesting to me.
Skip
Which
it.
is most of Nintendo stuff. But
Yeah.
you found a lot in there that you liked.
They're just a mixed bag. And, like,
Yeah.
just that weird, funny presentation of having, like, it's so charming, it's so endearing, having, you know, the CEO, I forget who actually it was, up there doing the clicking. And then all the little things like, are you enjoying it so far? We hope you're having a good time. It's time for another game. It's kind of like, it's kind of like Play School. It has that, like, really talk down to. But it's 9 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, yeah, I'm ready for another game, please. And they're like,
Yeah, they've got a really sweet tone with all their videos
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah.
It's like where where Xbox and PlayStation are cool, Nintendo is just so sweet.
Yeah.
And so when they charge you $80 for a port, you're like, I mean, they're really nice. So. All right.
you're right. On one hand, you've got, like, I hope you're sitting comfortably for these. And then the other hand, you've got, like, Xbox exclusive. And you're like, I get it, I get it.
title.
Premiere.
That's the one. Yeah.
World premiere.
But Steph, you didn't watch this, so maybe a couple of these might be surprises to you.
Yeah, I think I skimmed.
takes?
I skimmed a summary, but
Yeah.
but no, I
It was the tears of Gus watched it. I skimmed the direct video, and Steph barely read a thread about it.
Steph.
I'm not a Nintendo girl.
No, totally. Steph caught a glance of someone's phone reflected in a car window and was like, Splatoon what? But what I thought we might do is just go through a couple of the titles that jumped out and get some hot pocket takes. Let's call it that. Didn't come up with a segment
I
there
wouldn't.
or a card.
I wouldn't.
Wait, that's not a new segment?
No.
Move along.
So there were a couple that I thought looked interesting. I'm going to skip past all the ports because I think that's just like, that's not really an announcement.
Ninja Pyro with the 5 tier 1 subs.
Hey!
Thank you very much.
Bye,
Thank you very much. Is the train still going? Should we still wear our hats?
Yeah.
Can't tell.
This is, you know what the train thing reminds me of? One time I went to Hooters, the bar where women wear tank tops and shorts,
Yep.
and they serve a lot of chicken wings. And there's a thing that happens there where they play a certain song, and when that song comes on, all the Hooters waitresses have to get up on the tables and do a choreographed dance.
Right.
And they're like trying to do their jobs, man. Like they're just trying to like bring people their food, and you see their faces. The song comes on, and they're like, God damn it! They get up.
Especially like
America was a mistake. man.
They're just like doing their like dance or
And if
whatever.
you were carrying
with
two
an
trays of like empty hot wings, sauce dripping everywhere.
Yeah.
Like, oh, fuck, song again.
And I feel like the train hat would be that.
Every time it
We're
happens.
trying to do our jobs, and it's like, oh God. Choo choo.
Why would we have a slide whistle?
Isn't that what train conductors do? I don't know.
Train whistle.
Do they still shovel coal into those?
Yeah. All right, we'll skip that.
Yeah.
We'll move right on to the more successful Hot
Pocket.
things, which I'm copywriting now. But yeah, a couple of the games that I thought I'd quickly rush through and mention. Appropriately, the first one, Mario Golf Super Rush, is a new Mario Golf game that looks like it's equal parts actually like a good golf sim, and then it's got some fun arcadey stuff on the side. So, like, what you're seeing here footage-wise is, like, there's grids on the fairway, there's, like, you know, there's obviously wind to take into account, but it looks like it's kind of skirt between being a bit of a serious golf game or just a bit more substantial.
Yeah, I think like I know how much you love Mario sports
I'm
games
going to say golf.
and golf games. You do. You always talk about golf games.
Yep.
But seeing this elevation and stuff, I don't remember that from the last Mario Golf game. I feel like it was much more about timing a power shot, and it was like woohoo, and it was just like. Pfft.
Yeah.
Like it was all just like about the fun, arcadey colorfulness of it. Whereas this, like, there's been a couple of golf sims in recent years, I guess, but like no one really wants to play them except really hardcore people. And I feel like this is like Tiger Woods enthusiast kind of realm.
Well, yeah, like 2K have famously taken up the mantle of golf games now.
Yeah.
There hasn't been any EA style Tiger Woods ones. There's a bunch of like free-to-play ones like Golf World or something online. They're all a bit janky. They're not great. But I think this does look really polished in a Nintendo sense. Obviously, everything is round and all the trees are soft to jump into. But what you're seeing is the mode...
I love his little golfing pants.
Oh, like
So cute.
the costumes were getting a great write-up on Twitter. Like Wario's in particular, he's wearing like the proper like golf checkered pants.
And I want to give a shout out to Mark Serrels, who did a great Twitter thread with the characters next to their Caddyshack counterparts, and it was so on point, and it had like 3 likes, and he was like, I'm very disappointed this isn't going viral. This is some of my finest work. So go and give Mark a like. Mark Serrel. He's just at Serrels, SERRELS on Twitter. Tell him Back Pocket sent you there.
Give him some pity likes.
Yeah.
This should have gone viral stuff. I know how he feels. The main mode that we saw that they're selling is like the arcade one is a speed rush mode where it's kind of like you all play golf at the same time.
Is the idea that this is using the gyroscope of the controller?
They have said that you can use a Joy-Con and you can use it for like true one-to-one swing.
Yeah,
I think
because I feel like the technology of those Joy-Cons is so good.
Yeah, you can really feel how many ice cubes are in your golf club.
That it makes sense that they would make this a little bit more golf simmy because they have the technology to make it like,
we have the technology.
Well, I think the Wii and the Wii U, they all had their variations of trying to. Is
that star mode for golf?
So this is the speed golf mode, which I think is the interesting one. And it's like you all play together at the same speed, and you actually are trying to race to the hole, so you can use power-ups while you're all running together and knock each other out of the way.
That's awesome.
It looks really fun. Like that actually, I want to play that on this show. Like I think it'd be a fun competitive thing to do.
Yeah,
and then there's a story mode where you take your Mii in, or it's still a Mii, and you can level them up and run around a golf club. So there's Warriors Pants that got a good
so good.
good rep. But yeah, looks really fun. But nice to see they're catering for maybe some golfing enthusiasts in there as well, not just Nintendo fans. I am both of those things. I'm very happy with that.
Nice.
Speaking of Mii's, there was a Miitopia game, which kind of looks like it's a spiritual successor to the 3DS's sort of packaged in Mii minigames.
What was that thing called? Like I remember playing
Quest or something.
Yeah, it was like a proximity thing. If your friend Code DS passed someone else's, you would pass each other in the virtual realm. And I remember every time Dave Callan came in to shoot for Good Game, we would sit there on our 3DSs and just go like.
It's huge, like the biggest
check,
hair and beard would come up and be like,
I don't understand why they're persisting with the Mii's, man. They're just terrifying to look at. It's like Valley of the Dolls. It's so like janky and weird.
Yeah.
And I feel like for the Switch, they should have evolved this kind of character model to something that is more fitting of 2021. Every time I see the Mii characters, I just go.
The way they're like the Xbox
Street Pass chats on it.
That's the one. The Xbox avatars have like updated massively, so they're like now Pixar level kind of quality.
They're really good
characters. Whereas I think they're really leaning hard into keeping those little Mii's. They're far less important on the Switch. Like you make one at the beginning if you want it to be your icon. I don't really recall if any games up to now have incorporated Mii's in the way that they did on the Wii, where there would be like characters in Mario Kart and on billboards and stuff. So I don't know if this is the way to bring back Mii's or if they should be brought back, but it looked like a cute distraction, although it looks like it probably should be free with the Switch kind of thing.
Oh, totally. Wait, it's not?
No, they said pre-orders now, which made me go like, no, I'm okay with that. Something Peter might be pre-ordering now is Famicom Detective Club?
Yeah. Sure. So, like, when I was skimming through it, I was like, what's this? This looks interesting. And apparently it's like a really old series, these Detective Club games. I don't know if they were on the Famicom. Like, maybe they were. For people who don't know, Famicom was what the first Nintendo was called in Japan. It was the family computer. And then it became the Super Famicom or Super Nintendo here.
Which I famously in Good Game did a whole story calling it the Famicom. I saw a
really?
whole story. And then at the end, someone's like, it's com. I was like, well, the story's on TV.
But these look really cool. They look like just the art is enough to sell it. And I think if there were strong enough stories to work back then, they never got kind of westernized. Whatever era they were released in Japan, they never got westernized across. So I think Nick will love playing these. And again, like one of my resolutions is to play games that I usually would avoid. And this looks like the kind of thing that I could like fall into a little bit like the Trauma. What were those called? The Trauma Under the Knife or whatever. The DS games where you had to like stitch people back together, but without all the hard work of stitching people back together. It's just like the narrative stuff. So this one caught my eye, and the other one that caught my eye was...
Well, I'll just say really quickly, the one thing I thought was really impressive with this was the idea that they've taken all those like still beautifully drawn anime characters, and it's like, it's a lot of work, but it's rare to have seen a game that started to animate them and give them just head turns and some like small gestures and stuff, and it just adds so much more to it than having these like sliding characters coming constantly.
Yeah, they look like, and even like the way they split the screen and stuff there, like it all looks like it's got some really nice deliberate direction in it. So I think they're obviously strong enough narratives to be pulled into the future. If otherwise, they would have just left them in the past, right? So that's why I think
sifting through their old archives.
Yeah.
What can we make money out of now?
$80.
Yeah, exactly. Now. The other one, sorry.
And I can't even. Will, yell out the name to me.
The Project Triangle. Gus has put his cursor over the name.
Oh, sorry.
Strategy. Project Triangle Strategy debut demo,
Pre-order now.
which is a it looks like a Fire Emblem style tactics kind of game. They couldn't even be bothered coming up with a name. It has working title at the end frame of this as well.
Good.
But seeing that on screen just made my fucking morning. What the hell are you on about?
Gives you energy, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're like, oh, they just didn't give a fuck.
They just didn't care. They don't care.
Sure.
They don't care if their game sells. They don't care. I love it.
This reminded me slightly, I know we're not seeing much gameplay, but reminded me slightly of, what was the one that was in demo stage for ages and had these really cute little 2D sprites in a 3D world, and they were like all the different stories, and you ran off with them all, but it was a demo for ages. I should have thought the name through. Octopath Traveler, thank you very much, Argon. Looks kind of like that in the sense that it's like these sprites are made to look retro, but the world is built in a far better 3D engine. So
I feel like I bought that for you for Christmas and then you never played it.
That's one of those things that I looked
We'll
at.
talk
and I was
about
like,
after the
Thank
show.
you.
It's that had a demo from the launch of the Switch.
Everyone
for
said
like-
it was really good.
Yeah, and apparently it was like they all had separate stories, so there were 8 different stories, Octopath. But yeah, I don't know if it's the same devs. Might be. Is this the same devs as Octo? Not quite sure, Crypt. But that was an interesting one. Stephanie, I know when it comes to Nintendo, you're always just walking around humming all those tunes thinking, now I'm a kid, now I'm a squid, now I'm a kid, now I'm a squid. And I'm just like, Steph, please be quiet because you're just obsessed with Splatoon. And now there is a new one, Splatoon 3.
Yeah, well, I mean, I will say that I'm excited to play this with my nieces because they've just gotten heaps into Nintendo and we're just kind of slowly opening their world up to different games. And I feel like this will be the first game that we can give them that's kind of got a bit more of a competitive aspect to it. Do you know, is there going to be, because currently Splatoon, it's an online, like...
So Splatoon 2 is still currently...
You can't play it in split screen, can you?
Splatoon 2 ditched a split screen mode that was in 1 that was actually really terrible because there were no enemies. It was like you both ran around and popped balloons in an empty arena. It was woeful.
Yeah.
They ditched that for 2, I believe. But maybe 2 had split screen for Salmon Hunt, which was a really cool wave mode that was a timed thing. And I believe that servers for 2 are obviously up and still running, but 1 gets shut down. So I think they have said this won't be coming out for a long time, and I think it was their way of politely saying, hey, keep playing 2.
2022,
Yeah.
I think they said.
Yes,
Is a
yeah.
release date, yeah.
And both of them have had cool single-player elements where they're like little just sort of like you hop from mission to mission in some fun little like hub world. 2 had a great DLC, which was like in a subway. It had really, really cool lore. It had great music. It was like kind of pulled at the heartstrings at the end of it. And you're like, I'm not
Yeah.
expecting this. It was really beautiful. And so it looks like they're leaning into that a little bit with like a weird apocalyptic single-player mode there, because obviously the weird thing about Splatoon is it's set in an apocalyptic Earth where humans are gone and it's now these like squid kids, which you would be very forgiven for not knowing, booting it up every time.
Yeah,
I had
yeah.
no idea you were this into Splatoon.
Oh, I do. I remember when you got hate.
I have a Splatoon story to tell about, Gus, but we'll save that for the post show.
Squid stuff? Well, the one thing I was hoping to bring up is we see here in the trailer, if we full screen, this is the trailer showing like this is when the character finds their way into the world, which is obviously like a very stylized, hyper Tokyo style kind of thing with lots of like squid and seafood references. But up on Twitter, someone recently just put a tweet up that if we jump across to that, talking about what Cyberpunk looks like.
Yep.
And then if you were to play Cyberpunk on Switch, it looks a bit more like this. And you're like,
Lovely.
that's a really good comparison.
Yeah.
Do you think so?
I
Is
see
there's
that.
going to be enough of a story mode for you to have a single player experience that would warrant buying the game? Because I just don't know that they're ready for online yet.
Yeah,
My niece is.
I would say like the previous game, number 2, had a decent enough story and possibly like the wave mode that you could play by yourself, which was a bit fun, take it in turns. Yeah, totally. And I think this is, I'm just going off speculation in the trailer. I would say they're going to put more of a story in. The trailer begins with the character in a wasteland, customizing their character and then walking through a cool area and stuff. So yeah, if they lean into it with the cool storytelling that they do, yeah, definitely would have something for them, I would say.
Cool.
And get them hooked on multiplayer games. Don't say that to
I feel like they want to play with each other, so I
Yeah.
feel like if they don't have that split screen option, it
Yeah,
may
they love
may
Luigi's
not be
Mansion
the right
3,
choice.
like
Yeah.
being the inky or whatever, the ghost
Gooigi and
Gooigi.
Gooigi.
Yeah,
Yeah, they
it
love
is
that.
nice when they have that little Nintendo Assist character that can play
Yeah.
along, that kind of
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
Something that'll come up in a
nice.
Nintendo game we're going to mention a bit later. And we'll finish things up with just mentioning that at one point we did see creator of the Zelda series, Eiji Aonuma, pop up on screen with a very somber black screen behind him as he just politely said, "Hi, we have nothing to show you for Breath of the Wild 2. We are sorry. Enjoy." And it was like, and the internet instantly forgave him, and everyone's like, 2020 was tough. It's all good, man.
Yeah.
It's fine. I'm a little upset because that has said that people are speculating that it is
yes.
pushing Breath of the Wild 2 well into 2022, which of course puts me out of the running for Pocket League. Yeah, if you were following last week's episode, we now are doing a fantasy gaming league where we pick games and their aggregate scores are what get us up on the scoreboard. My number one pick was Breath of the Wild 2, which looks like it's now going to be pushed. I've got my first injury, I think is what we can say.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that'll be a bit sad. Although for Zelda fans out there, of which, again, I am still one of these, they announced that they're going to be releasing Skyward Sword HD as a Switch port. So this was, I would argue, a good Zelda game that people were torn on. I think someone pointed out to me today, Metacritic is like, it's 93, Gus. But I think a lot of people didn't love this one as much as it intended to be loved.
Yeah, like all Zelda games are loved. to be on the lower end of a beloved franchise is not a bad game. I think it just didn't do. I mean, I haven't actually played it, but I think my understanding was that it didn't do enough interesting or tried to rely too heavily on the Wii controls that it kind of felt like you lost some Zelda to make sure the platform was doing the thing that the platform does best.
Yeah.
And that is just not a fun way to play Zelda necessarily. So it'll be interesting to see how they've updated that to play better on the Switch.
So
It might be a better experience now. So.
I think it actually will be. They announced at the end of a gameplay trailer afterwards, they were like, oh, by the way, for the Switch Lite and people who won't have motion controls, because they said they're going to adapt it for the Joy-Con, but they're well aware of the fact that they have the Lite now, so everything they make now has to have the ability not to use a Joy-Con, and they've basically said, oh, we mapped it to the right thumbstick.
yeah.
And they're like, if you want to swipe down with the sword, you push down on the thumbstick. To go right on the sword. It's like,
Slow down. We can't keep up with this.
So I get a feeling it'll play just fine.
Yeah, great.
And I rushed through this game, I think, before the holidays, trying to get to the end of it and complete it. So I didn't enjoy it in its full, I think, the way it was meant to be loved. So I'm keen to jump back in. Got one of the best Zelda soundtracks of all time. I will
Yeah,
at least
cool.
die on that hill.
Yeah, nice.
There were a heap of other games in the Nintendo Direct. Maybe let us know in the chat if there's anything that we skimmed over that you're really excited about. Get a talking about that. Or get a talking on the Discord. Jump across the Discord if you're already a Patreon. If you're not, you can support the show. Check all the links. You know where to look by now. We'll announce it a few more times. But yeah, get a chatting about it. We should talk about the games we have been playing, though, instead of just speculating on these ones.
In a segment called what?
Well, it's a segment that I'm going to now call Our Gaming Week. I am just saying what you've all been playing, which is a segment brought to us by Brent Jones, aka LokiCat, the lovely, lovely LokiCat, whose name we often rip to shreds in an inaccurate way. So we thought this week we might try and hone in on the actual origins, the etymology, if you will, of LokiCat's name, which we reminded ourselves is... What, Peter?
I was about to say, we had a thought to do something nice and special, and then we didn't act at all upon that thought.
Well, there you
You
go,
said
LokiCat.
something about LokiCat is actually a reference to like a side project from the Smashing Pumpkins. It's like Jimmy Chamberlain's band that he did with Billy Corgan. And then I was like, oh, that's funny. We could go like, what are some other things that the Smashing Pumpkins did that were like kind of side projects? And it was like, there's a full like B-sides record called The Airplane Flies High.
Billy Corgan was really into wrestling for a long time.
Yeah, he's a bit weird.
Billy
We
Corgan
don't talk about-
facts. Is this what this segment's going to be
It's
now?
Billy Corgan facts.
Smashing Pumpkin facts.
Very nice.
All right, we can work on this.
Billy Corgan is... I actually have one interesting one. There's a song called Mayonnaise on the album Siamese Dream, and there's this sound in the song that goes like woo all the time. And he played it on a broken guitar that he bought at a like roadside garage sale. Is how the story goes. And so when he released the strings on the guitar, the pickups picked up a vibration that wasn't being played and just sent like a scream down the line, and came out of the amp.
Mayonnaise is his favorite song.
Mayonnaise is probably
I have a fact.
top 5 for me.
Billy Corgan once dated one half of the Veronicas, Jessica
true.
Origlacio, and they dated for almost a year, and he played guitar on one of their songs
Do you
from
know
their
which-
album. I think it was just self-titled, The
Yeah, right.
Veronicas. Yeah.
We are just bursting with pumpkin facts. That's great.
Let's not waste them all this week.
Yeah, that's great. We now have a structure for this, so LokiCat, you can look forward to at least one fascinating Smashing Pumpkins fact per week, as long as you continue sponsoring the segment. This segment is, of course, where we look
What
at the games-
incentive?
Yeah, exactly. Pay this much money weekly or monthly
For things you will know because you're a diehard.
for us to rush to Wikipedia before the episode and find you a fact. You're welcome. We should jump into the games that we have been playing. Steph, let's kick it off with you. What have you been playing this week?
I have been in keeping with my back pocket 2021 gaming year resolution, TM. I am playing more online games with people. And this week it was We Were Here Together,
Okay.
which is a puzzle game that you play in co-op with someone else.
This is the one that's set in, like, the snow?
Yeah, it starts in the snow and then you kind of go into some crazy scientist's crazy realm. And it's like, it doesn't give you a lot of information at the start, story-wise, so you're really trying to uncover things as you go. And I guess because you're playing with another person, you spend a lot of time kind of theorizing about what's happening. The puzzles start with you together, but very quickly split you up. And a little bit like an escape room where you're in... I don't know if you've ever done an escape room where you get separated from people.
No.
There's. I think we did one together. We got separated from people. That spooky one, the spooky one, and it was like a
I've done ones
glow
where
in the dark thing.
You're talking about a real life.
Escape room.
Oh, man. I don't think about reality when I don't have to.
Oh, right.
Yes, yeah, sorry.
He doesn't remember
With an escape
lovely
room,
group
yeah.
bonding things
Anyway,
that you spend
yeah,
time
yeah.
You're yelling
organising
through
for
walls
him.
and passing things
Yes,
through.
so you
yeah.
have to
Okay.
describe things to people that you're seeing on your end, and they're describing to you things that you're seeing that they're seeing on their end.
Got it.
And you have to try and solve the puzzle by communication. But it's very difficult when you're trying to describe stuff that you see in front of you, and then it's also a puzzle. And we did screen cheat a few times by like streaming on Discord. I was like, oh, that doesn't look like a diamond at all. I was thinking something completely different. Okay. But it's really good. It was a really, really good experience. The thing that I find most interesting about it too is that it has online matchmaking, and so you just kind of put in like the language that you speak, and it can just pair you up with some random person on the internet to solve this puzzle game with, which I can't imagine what like. I can handle this with a friend, but with some random person trying to solve puzzles when you can't see each other or see what they're looking at.
Yeah.
I mean, that would just be crazy. But
And so there's
maybe-
a chat built into the game? Like a voice chat built
voice
into
chat,
the game?
yeah.
Cool.
And you have like a little walkie-talkie that you can speak through and stuff like that. A bit like
Phasmophobia,
Phasmophobia.
yeah.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I guess, like, if you didn't have all the hang-ups of knowing someone that you're playing it with, that you could crack the shits to them, let alone, like, you played this, not together, you haven't played this one yet, no, but if it was someone you know and you're worried about damaging that friendship, versus if you play with a random, you could either go one of two ways. You could be incredibly abusive, not what I recommend, puzzle abuse, be like, come on, you're better at this puzzle. Puzzle abuse. Or you would be in my case, you'd be so incredibly nervous and polite, you'd just spend the whole time just being anxiously trying to like get it right or not offend them or anything like
Yeah.
that. So maybe that's conducive to good puzzle solving.
You would take the
Yeah.
journey method and just be quiet and jump in the
Yeah.
area where it's like, come over here.
Well, I like to imagine that like romances were blossomed from puzzle solving across the world.
It is cool when you see multiplayer games play with like a different form of either communication or that, like, I don't want to say asymmetrical, but it's like, yeah, don't make you both solve a puzzle when you're both fighting for the same solution. It's
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
it's a very simple idea that I haven't seen heaps of. That's like,
I just thought it was really smart because it's a game that cannot be played by yourself. Like you have to play it in
Yeah.
co-op with someone. So for people who don't have friends who like those kinds of games or maybe games in general, it's given you the opportunity to pair up with some other person and just like talk to them, which is kind of cool and
Yeah,
nice.
cool.
And it's a simple matchmaking system where you go like, launch chapter 1 or launch chapter 3 if you're up to that and find a friend.
Exactly,
Yeah,
yeah.
cool.
And you put in your language, and then that gives you an option even for a secondary language. If you're like, my language is Albanian, but I also speak a bit of English,
Yeah, cool.
Wow.
You know?
That's awesome.
It's really interesting. It's like, I'm enjoying doing this puzzle in English, but do you speak Dutch? Like, maybe. I would
I'm
just
much
be like,
better in Dutch.
my version would be like, I speak English, but I do these really bad accents. Like me to do it in like a faux Italian accent.
Oh gosh, no.
And just finally, is there much of a story in it?
Yeah, it's a mystery that kind of reveals itself the further that you go.
Sure.
I feel like, and that's fine because it's a co-op game, you're spending time with someone else. If I was playing this by myself, I would find that a bit frustrating because you need more motivation, I think, at the start to just get you going. It's a little bit like Call of the Sea, that puzzle game that gave us all motion sickness, remember?
Yeah.
Which I still really, really want to play, but
Don't want to throw up.
I don't want to throw up. But that game was very much more like it was a single player experience. There's a lot of storytelling that kicks it off and kind of motivates you to go forward. Whereas this is very much like you're here with another person and you have to find your way out of this situation, and then the story reveals itself as you go.
I guess and that's sometimes how much you want to deep dive into that story as well. Like you could probably just glaze over it and just do the puzzles.
Yeah.
So it's I guess, especially if you got some really, as I said, a really rude Dutch person who was just like, let's move on. And you're like, that's the story.
That was
Yeah.
your only knowledge of or understanding of Dutch people is from Gold Member.
Yeah. Spot on. They are lovely people. Do not believe anything that I say.
Mayonnaise on chips, though. What the fuck is that about?
That's true.
That's
My mum
weird.
was Dutch. She always gave us mayonnaise.
Yeah, that's weird.
But speaking of playing with people, you've also been having another group bonding game session with your crew.
Yes, Gus, not since the early days of Destiny 2 have I been this obsessed with a game.
So
and
last
it's
year.
Valheim.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just like a few months ago, really. But the gaming world is fickle, and I feel like you have to ride these waves when they come, which is why I would really like it, Gus, if you played with me.
I will come riding on this wave. I installed this last night. I played it
Saw
for
you online.
Played for about 2 hours.
We sent you an invitation.
I got an invite as I
Denied.
I got an invite to the Discord, and I was like, oh, I only saw that when I quit the game. So I was like, oh, cool. I was just getting to grips with it. I was just getting to grips with my axe and my helmet and my Viking stuff, other Viking words. I like it, but it was a very lonely experience.
Are the Viking words like axe and helmet?
Helmut. Yeah, tell me about how you guys have been enjoying it socially.
Yeah, it's amazing. So 2 million copies have sold already. It's still in early access. It's taken the world by storm. As a survival game, I think it just does a couple of things really, really well in that it's not like just heinously punishing at the start. Like it's difficult in the way that all survival games are, that you start with next to nothing and you have to kind of scrounge around for the stuff you need to, protect yourself in the wilderness. It's also just absolutely stunning. Like it has a beautiful blend of realistic and painterly art and then kind of low polygon kind of pixely stuff.
And I love the lighting in it.
Like as a download, it's really small, but like it just uses the most, it maximizes everything that it gives you, so that it makes it feel like it's more intensive visually than it is. And it also just has a really cool, intriguing story because it's all based around, Norse mythology. So you have the world tree of Yggdrasil stretching above you.
I didn't see that for the first 20 minutes. And I went,
yeah.
oh my God.
There are little runic stones throughout the world. We talked about this a little bit last week, but now that I've spent more time in it and we have kind of been building up our server, the addictive quality of building and venturing out further, as the Vikings did, to discover new worlds and new minerals and treasures and stuff to kind of build up your villages, and then expand all of your exploratory areas with by building little outposts and stuff. It's just it's so hard to stop. Like I almost booted the game 3 times this morning when I needed to be working because I was like, I'm just gonna do a couple of things, and then I was like, no, Stephanie.
And
One
just
little
to
renovation.
clarify, you guys are playing on. So someone set this server up at the start because this is what I did. It's like
That's
you
right,
make a
yeah.
world,
You make a
kind of
world.
like randomly seed a world like Minecraft, and then you save that one and you invite people into it. And as long as that one stays on your machine, you've
Yep.
got that world to continually build in. Is that correct?
That's right. Yeah,
right.
Yeah, but the server owner doesn't need to be online.
Okay, they just create it once and everyone else can have access.
That's
to
right. Yes, it's
cool.
passworded and stuff like that. But it's really, really fun, and there's just it's surprising and chaotic, and the worlds are randomly generated. So there's just
It's a lovely feeling when you're in a randomly generated world. It just takes away the idea of where I should be going, and everything's free for all. Yeah,
and it's kind of the map is a kind of a sort of fog of war situation where you have to reveal it as you discover things. So you actually have no concept of how big the world actually is, how much water is there, which lands are connected by, land, or if they're sort of blocked off from each other. And as you kind of go, there's one point which we built a boat and tried to sail from one point to another, and then we discovered that was actually a lake, and we couldn't connect those two areas. And
now we've got our boat stuck in a lake.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. We fought trolls. We've fought
Cool.
giant demon deer gods, and there's all. And then when I see people, I'm at that level of obsession where I've started watching YouTube videos of how to build the most detailed Viking hall or whatever, and you see the kind of stuff that people have built is just so impressive, and that just makes me want to go back in and build more stuff.
Reese in the chat, who you were playing with last night, it was a fucking lake. Obviously, just as thrilled as you guys were.
Avexia died a lot.
Yeah, trees.
Constantly cutting down trees that then fell on him.
Oh God, yeah, that happened to me. I didn't realize. I was like, oh, there's physics in
How
this
did
game.
that happen so many times?
It rolls down the hill, and you're like,
But what's worse is that sometimes I've cut down a single tree and then it's landed on another tree, which has knocked that tree over, which has landed on another tree, and it's created this massive chaotic domino effect.
and you're standing in the middle going,
which way do I run?
like some kind of movie, just standing there. Pete comes around from hammering a shed, and you're like, whoops, you just knocked over a forest.
At one point, I was chopping a tree because we were building a little bridge, and I was like, Steph, you might want to be uphill from this tree. But I didn't stop cutting it, and of course, it broke as she realized what was happening. I was like, just running to the side of it.
So you're playing as well, Pete, on the same one?
Yeah, I'm playing on the same server. Thank you to Sophie and James for hosting that for us, because it's awesome that we can just jump back in and there's still progress there. And there's so many people on it. I kind of jumped in a bit later than Steph, a few nights, and people like Reese have played 50 hours in 2 days, which is not possible, defying the laws of physics. But
Emo Chad, that's right.
I got in there and it's do you want to cop a sword? Do you want some armor? Do you want some? So I'm I'm kind of being given stuff. So I don't quite have the. I find it frustrating in survival games, but it's also really rewarding to work your way up to that point in the game. But I am enjoying the exploration part of things, and I am, I think the thing that is really captivating to me is sailing to a new land feels scary.
Yeah.
And I feel like most survival games are pretty effective at that, but the setting and the look of this game just really lends itself
And
to
just
it.
knowing that if you die so far from where your village is, that running back there potentially naked is just such an arduous task.
Because, I discovered you can go back and grab your stuff when you die, which I wasn't sure about.
But if you die again, it overwrites your previous body.
Yeah, right.
I don't know if it totally does.
Really?
Yeah, maybe it was a glitch, but I found another one of my corpses not marked.
All right.
So I think it shows you the most recent death, but your death stone still stays in the world. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe that's a server setting that we have or something. But
And these are things that people are always discovering early on, I imagine, with early access. And it might be a bug, it might be a feature. It's at
totally.
one point it'll work out. I like that you mentioned it being scary or just sort of a bit being anxious about it, because in the short couple of hours I played, I built you have to build a roof over your over your workbench, which is a kind of weird parameter. It's workbench, now get building. It's needs walls, needs a roof. I'm are you just trying to teach me to build a house?
There's a lot of really practical stuff in there that I really like. I like the way the health and stamina system works is that you have to have eaten a combination of different foods to get the maximum out of it. So you need to have eaten some meat, some berries, some honey, some mushrooms to have a balanced diet that will sustain you for the full day. Otherwise, if you're just eating meat, then you only get a portion of that health bar.
I got the one saying
stamina.
You couldn't eat another strawberry. I'm dying. I think I could. I'm really hungry. But the scary moment I had is I built my little shelter, and the first night came and I was like, oh, cool. And then it was you're cold now, get to shelter. And I think for some reason I might have died once, so I was naked. And I was I went in, and the game has little icons that indicate when you're not cold and when you've got actually into shelter. But my house was so shit because it was so wonky on a hill that nowhere in the house gave me shelter until the back corner facing the wall was you've got shelter now. And I was I'll just wait here then. But it was wonderful that survival games do that to you. They make you do something as simple as just like stay alive. And it's like, I guess I'll just wait till morning and stand here in the corner. And like, obviously the day after you get clothes, you work out how to build a fire, everything's great. But there are those clunky moments early on where you just kind of like, I'm a survivalist who knows nothing. And
yeah. It's really nice. And it's just really creative and fun to see what people are coming up with in terms of structures. Like everyone who's kind of taken it upon themselves to build their own dwelling has done something completely different, and it's really cool to then be like, oh, that's kind of inspired me to do something, go in a different direction now. And I don't know, I'm just really, really enjoying it. I feel like it's a really fun place to spend time with your friends. And I think I was saying, I was streaming last night, and I was like, for me to spend a lot of time in a world, you know, it has to be somewhere that I feel like I'd want to spend in real life. Like I've never really gotten into the Fallout games because like even though they're kind of lauded games that people love, and that's a really incredible imaginative world, it's very brown and it's very bleak. And I feel like I'm not attracted to spending a lot of time in there. Whereas this is like made for me in terms of everything it gives you. It's snow and forests and strange Norse legend creatures, and I'm a little Viking woman. And
you want a nice view out of your shit shack if what I'm building. I'm sure yours is not.
You should see my house. You should see the view from
I jumped on your stream for like 5 minutes, and I heard the discussion was like, it's not symmetrical. And then someone's like, fuck symmetry. And I was like, oh. So good to see you guys, the couples that fight and build shacks together stay together. So Peter, you played a bit of that, and anything else?
Yeah, so I played through this week Little Nightmares 2.
Oh, Sophie's in the chat. I see her.
Yeah, Sophie's here.
Yeah, she's my fishwife.
Oh my god. And
Fishwife?
Antonio II giving out 6 tier 1.
Holy smokes.
Thank you so much.
Antonio.
And good timing as well, because we can actually react to it when it's in between games. We feel like
Totally. Everyone's always raving about Antonio the First, but I'm like, Antonio the
It's all about the second.
all about
the improvements there.
Yeah.
Little Nightmares 2, speaking of sequels, is a isometric-y, partially 3D world horror game.
Yeah.
It's a very visually reminiscent of Limbo and Little Nightmares 1.
What was the other one that was really big? Inside.
Inside, yeah.
This is. I've been seeing a lot of people have been playing this at the moment, and the thing I want to know, you played through all of this?
Yeah, I played through start to finish in just under 5 hours, so it's not a particularly long game, but it is, and I did it in 2 sittings, and the reason I stopped playing after, in the middle of a sitting, because I'm happy to play for more than 2.5 hours, but I stopped because it's so uncomfortable to play. So basically you're moving from the left to the right of the screen throughout the whole 5 hours, and solving little puzzles like we're seeing on screen to get through the world. I don't think the puzzles are particularly interesting or even mechanically fun. There's some later where you're kind of trying to hold a flashlight and point it in the right direction, and it doesn't get in the way of the game too much. Sometimes I found it frustrating, but for the most part, the game really rests on the mood and the atmosphere that it sets, and it nails. It's really, really uncomfortable to play, I found. It's very much like a Vor horror style thing,
when you say
Fincher.
uncomfortable, do you mean emotionally uncomfortable?
No, not emotionally uncomfortable. It's there's some really interesting deep lore attached to the series that I'm aware of, but not particularly interested in. But the kind of tidbits that you get throughout this there's no dialogue in this whole game. It's a very quiet game until it's threatening. It is Fincher-esque body horror.
Oh.
So the creatures, there's themes in the world that are really kind of on the nose, adults are obsessed with television, and so you navigate things by turning TVs on, so the adults are go and look at the TV kind of stuff. But just beautiful scenes like this that are just really about making you go really treading softly and feeling uncomfortable, any moment could be deadly.
Yeah.
Because, working off the first game, it was obviously very cryptic, very just minimalist in terms of its storytelling. I didn't play the first one, but I'm really keen to try this one because I'm hearing great things, because specifically about that mood and about that kind of just really unsettling nature of it, which I do love. But I guess like the overarching kind of story is like you're an innocent, small, childlike creature moving through a world with threatening, large... in the first game, there was like a big bloated like chef trying to chop you up to eat you. It was like kind of almost fairy, like twisted fairy tale.
Yeah, it is grim, dark.
Yeah, but I imagine it's also not big on exposition, doesn't need to explain much more than just this made a great haunting setting. Is that kind of the vibe?
Totally. There's lore outside of the game. I don't know how much lore is inside the game, like in terms of there's not audio logs and stuff like that. Steph got sent a press kit actually, and there's like a pamphlet that's like, I was like, oh, that's what that character's name is, because I didn't know who they were or what was happening. It was just,
saw Nicrotex in the chat ask if the combat is really frustrating, because it's apparently what people have been saying about it.
The combat, like, I think it's a stretch to call any of the combat.
Yeah, right.
By design, it's more, there's a lot of avoidance. There's a lot of running away and running into the right places, but it's like the interaction with combat in the game is more part of the puzzle solving. I guess there are a couple of like mini bosses that you have to fight, like hit 3 times with certain like tools and stuff.
Sure.
And yeah, that's a bit clunky. And again, I feel like that's the same way that the puzzles are sometimes clunky. But everything feels really cohesive. And I think that's the triumph of the game, is that it all feels really beautifully like designed and connected by its design. And yeah, like there were points where I was like not struggling with the game, but struggling to play because I was so uncomfortable with the game. The second world is like set in a boarding school.
Oh my God.
And there's like a teacher character that's like just fucking so haunting.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
I love that really like taps in, because I've always seen you as someone who's not affected by games in the sense that if something's trying to scare you, you're not, you don't, I mean, you get jump scares like we all do, but you're never really like troubled by anything you've seen in the gaming world.
Yeah.
But, like, yeah, to have this effect on you in a good way, like it's a good design. It's not just like, oh, I never want to play this genre again. The one thing I love about these types of games, your Limbos, your Insides and stuff, is that way that you lose time in them because of that perpetual movement across the screen. There's very few, I'm assuming in this one, very few checkpoints, levels, like, hey, you've gone from this to this. It just keeps going. Inside's a great example of just like, oh, I've been playing for 3 hours. I might be near the end of this, because you just want to keep going across. Yeah. And I imagine that might be the same with this Yeah, there's definitely distinct chapters, because they're kind of separated by the scenes that you're in. There's some just like, I feel like everyone should play it if you have the opportunity to. I don't think it's a particularly expensive game. I think it was like $40 or something. I can't remember how much I spent on it. But it has some really, which is a lot to spend on a 5-hour game, but I think the design is enough that it's worth seeing through if you can handle horror games, because it has some just stunning design at the end of it. And I don't want to spoil anything, but yeah. And Hugaholic asking jump scares, ? And from what I've gathered, not as many, not really.
It's more just like discomfort that you do.
Yeah, like when
Inside was like that as well. I remember it was just weird stuff that was a bit gross.
Yeah, like there's scenes that play out that you know that there's something lurking and after you, but it doesn't. It's not like it jumps out to get you. It comes to life in a way that is a threat. Not a scare. It's like there's a threat over here.
Yeah.
Disgusting.
Yeah, it is. It is disgusting.
Just quickly, 10 tier 1 subs gifted from Dusk Bunny in the chat. Thank you so much,
We
Dusk.
also had subs from Lucreus and Avexia then.
Shit.
Another couple of
So you did it at the wrong time. We couldn't call it out.
We couldn't. Just got to pick that timing right.
Antonio the second is just trying to top everyone.
Antonio again. Well done. Thank you so much. Another
Legends.
5 in there as well. Very generous tonight, guys. Thank you so much. As a lovely soothing balm to Little Nightmares, Little Nightmares 2, I have been playing the latest add-on to Super Mario 3D World, which is Bowser's Fury. Bowser's Furry, everyone has been comically saying online, because of the cat suits and all the cat-based sort of stuff that's been attached to this game. I love this. I've had such a joyful week playing this. For anyone who doesn't know, this is basically an added-on world or small adventure that's been tacked on to the re-release of Super Mario
3D World.
Which is a Wii U game that's been ported to the Switch, but they've combined it with this as well. The Wii U game, or the Switch original game that you can play, is this strange kind of like isometric version of Mario that's like a kind of halfway between your side-scroller and your full 3D world. We're going to play a bit of it later on tonight. But this is basically taking that engine and letting you do the classic 3D free roam camera. As you can see here, it's full camera control in this absurd little excuse for a game. To wrap it up really quickly, basically Mario finds himself in this cat lap. It's stupid. You're in this big lake area dotted with islands. Bowser Jr., who's following you around there with the paintbrush, basically says, my dad, Bowser, as you can see here, has been corrupted by some big black goo. He's stuck in the middle of the lake, and systematically throughout the gameplay, he will emerge and start stomping around the world, causing all sorts of terror, breathing fire, dropping blocks, making the world...
He looks so sick, man. Bowser's never looked this cool.
It's cool. It's a very Ganon kind of vibe from Zelda. So as you can see, the world switched to like danger mode and you run around. But as you're doing so, there are puzzles here you can see that you need to use Bowser's breath to solve, blocks that only break if he uses them. Yeah. Essentially, what your job is to do is run around these islands and collect cat shines, which are shines from Super Mario Sunshine combined with cats, because that's their aesthetic. And you need to collect a number of those to awaken the Giga Bells. The bell is, of course, the power-up in this game that gives you the cat suit. If you can unlock a Giga Bell, you use that to then turn into a Mega Cat Mario. And the cool thing is you then stomp around the same world.
What the fuck is he talking about?
Like kaiju-style battle, and you fight Bowser. You then need to do that systematically to unlock more islands, to open up the area, and then to get enough cat shines to defeat Bowser ultimately.
Cat shines,
yeah, I know.
Course.
You navigate the whole lake area by getting around on Plessy, who is the Loch Ness monstery creature that's from that game, from Super Mario 3D World. So it's taken all those elements, but it's basically used them to create a whole little mini adventure. And again, I can't commend it enough on just like throwing everything in. Like they've adapted a heap of things to make the gameplay really fun. They've kind of stripped lives out, so it's all just about getting coins.
Yeah.
You die, you lose coins. You get 100 coins, you get a new power-up, and as you can see in the bottom left, you're actually stocking up power-ups. So they work like lives that you can then at any time grab another cat suit, fire flower, boomerang thing, whatever you need, which is just genius. Like every Mario game going forward should do this as a way of just like dealing with progress. The levels or the puzzles themselves aren't particularly hard. They feel really obtainable, so it's like really easy to keep jumping back and being like, I'll do a couple more. I'll do a couple more. And it's just a really cute, weird version of a Mario Kingdom. The thing I'll point out is also like in this lake world you're in, it's really kind of like JRPG. No, it's not JRPG. It's like there's huge snow-capped photorealistic mountains surrounding the arena. I know that's a small thing to pick up on, but Mario games have funny little hills with eyes in them, like if you're in the Mushroom Kingdom.
Yeah.
So it's like, why are they there? And then Bowser is like really imposing and like threatening, kind of like an adult sort of, as I said, like a Godzilla kind of creature. It's just, it mixes everything up that you're like, what game is this? But it turns out to be really, really fun. You only need 50 of the cat shines to defeat Bowser to see the end credits. There's another 50 after that. They open up all these little side objectives, find all the toads, collect, extra little blue coins to unlock stuff.
Is this like a standalone thing?
It is. You go to the main menu and you jump between one game or the other.
But
so
no, you can't buy it separately.
You can't buy it separately.
No. It comes packaged in with Super Mario World, 3D World, whatever it's called. And I went, bugger it. I jumped back in and I did all 100 cat shines. I 100%ed it just because it was one of those things that felt like it could be done in a weekend. And I did it and I loved every minute of it. There's all these little cats around the world that if you turn up in your cat suit, they love you and come up to you and
that's cute.
They're really, they're big fans of you. But when Bowser turns up, they turn into evil purple cats that run around and chase you. So there's like lots of little like silly attention to detail, but it is utterly charming. These are the lighthouses that you're trying to collect enough stars to to shine a light onto Bowser. It's silly. It's Mario. It's Nintendo, but it's a really cool evolution that I really hope they actually take some notes out of when they do the next Odyssey or the next Mario adventure. A huge part of me that loves the fact that it is all continual on the island. Nothing stops. No menu. No, you've done this back to the castle or back to the hub world or anything like that. It just keeps going, and therefore it's really hard to put down. And I loved it. I really enjoyed it. I hope
That's awesome.
other people are playing it too. Pete, you played a little bit too?
Yeah, I've played like maybe an hour. I feel like it's probably a short game. How long did you spend? I've spent an hour and got like 20 at the start.
Yeah, I feel like collectively I've maybe spent like 3 to 4 hours,
Yeah,
and
okay.
that's 100%ing it, and killing some time in there too.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
But I agree with everything you said that like it feels simple, but the fact that everything is connected means that like even if there was something over here that was like I don't quite get that, or like early on I didn't realize I could just pop a cat suit out of the bottom rung there,
yeah.
and I was like, oh, I'll need to go and get a cat suit, so I'll come back to do this bit. Or something that can get me up that high. And so I just left and was like, well, I'll just go and do the 3 things that are sitting over there that are easy to get to. So, yeah, I feel like it's a really nice... I'm totally willing to finish this being a 3-hour experience that feels like a polished Mario game, but on a smaller scale.
Yeah.
It's exciting.
Little Will, you're still there. I've just sent you a picture. Can you bring that up just for Steph's sake? This is me at the end of my... I guess 4 hours sounds about right. I think some people might dilly-dally around in a nice way because it's
Is
like...
this actually a picture of you?
No, like it's a screenshot.
Okay.
It might be easier for you to swing out.
Are you going to show
swing
me
your
a picture of your like satisfied face having finished the game?
No. I wanted to illustrate a point to you about what was really cute about this. Is it easier to bring it up myself?
Yeah.
All right.
It'll take a while.
Spin this
Get it.
around. That is... Oh, that's terribly hard to do. My screen is 50.
Push the screen forward.
No, there we go. What if I tilt
Yeah,
there?
you got to turn your brightness all the way down.
Does Nick have to do this?
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
This
Yeah, but he's
is
got a
why we
sexy
don't come up
laptop.
with things
I
and
do
go
that.
like, put them in there. Oh my goodness.
Perfect.
Half and
Wash
half?
me. Wash
In the
me.
middle? Nah. There
Nah.
you go, Steph, look.
It's very cute.
There you go.
It's very cute.
He's jumping with cats.
A-grade quality content is what you're on Twitch to watch tonight.
Leave your screen. Says chat.
Will's almost there. I can see him bringing it up.
But Will has other things to do because
he actually
he's
does.
gonna.
I don't want to stall him any more longer.
Will, turn your mic on if it is on. You got to tell us about. We presume you've filled the role of Nick and have been playing some game about child abuse.
Unfortunately, I haven't.
Your freeze frame at the start of that just going like,
I was braced. I had to brace myself.
Yeah.
This is a game called Speed Limit, and this actually comes to us from a company that usually do like animated comics called Game Chuck. One of their comics, interactive comics, is called Vape Escape, which is quite clever.
This was in like was it announced at the PC Awards or the Game Awards, sorry? I think
It was during last year. There was a demo release of basically just this level.
Right.
Last year during the Steam stuff. And it's basically one action set piece that just keeps rolling into the next one. So this one's set on a train. You die a lot. This is my capture. I'm dying a lot. You're running and shooting, and the longer you stay in a single place, the more enemies will try to swarm you as well. So you always have to be moving forward.
Yeah, so it's promoting that forward motion.
Yeah. So these are the knife guys.
What are you playing this on?
I'm playing on the PlayStation. It's on everything.
Is it a mobile thing as well?
No, it's not. It definitely could belong on it because it literally is just movement and shooting.
Yeah, I can
right.
imagine it being a touchscreen thing that would work well.
Totally. I'll try and find to get to the roof eventually. Just want to. Yeah, here we go. So you actually get it's.
Oh my god, this is so frenetic.
This is Mission Impossible 1. Oh, you're dead.
It's also it's pretty forgiving with its checkpoints. I mean, you'll get into a
that's
rut
good.
where you're like, oh come on, just let me be beyond this bit. But and it's quick reloads. It's very much built for speedrunning as well because there's only 10 levels. There's these kind individual little set pieces.
You learned that time, didn't you?
Yeah. Will I do it?
But yeah, I think you were getting to the point where they transition between.
Yeah, I'm just trying to get to. Yeah, here we go. So you jump from there onto the car.
Nice.
And then the camera pips up, and you're in the
Yeah,
next level.
nice.
That's so cool.
Stylish.
Which is so there's car,
Get it.
an aeroplane, It's great. It controls really well. It basically feels like an arcade game.
Yeah,
awesome.
sick.
Awesome.
It looks great.
It does
Yeah.
feel like a homage to a lot of those, like sort of
It-
this one in particular to like
Yeah.
Speed Race
Bit
or
of
what,
GTA.
Spy Hunter or whatever it was. But oh god,
Yeah.
yeah, this is cool. I always say this with
I even
pixel
like that
games.
VHS style wiggly
Reset.
lines that happen.
I do actually probably want to play this on like a PlayStation, but it's like I always say this with pixel games. It's like I should play this on the Switch.
Yeah.
And it's
Yeah,
like sometimes
totally.
this stuff looks really cool on a huge TV
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it scales up well, these kind of graphics, don't
Yeah.
they? Like, you can just blow them up to as big as you need.
Very cool. Awesome. And Will, do you have a picture of you satisfied after playing it? There it is.
Someone screenshot that.
Perfect.
Perfect.
There's a new emote for the chat there as well. Awesome. So that is what we've been playing. Let us know what you guys have been playing. Chuck it in the chat, chuck it in the Discord, have a talk amongst yourselves or talk at us as well. Talk amongst yourselves because we are going to take a short ad break after some words from our sponsors.
If you're a business that does online business online, then your online business needs Nicrotex. But don't take my word for it. Fuck. Meet Nicrotex.
By utilizing carbon-bonded tritonic RAM processing nodes in conjunction with cutting-edge peer-to-peer pseudo-random phased accelerated digital intermodulation, we are raising synthesized phase noise efficiencies by 300%. We decoupled semiconductor modules using open-source RX oscillating nanoharmonic quantum discriminators that bypass traditional hardwired XML circuits to allow optimal backend SSL multi-byte enable BIOS buses.
You can't prove that doesn't make sense, so upload Nicrotex to your servers today. Oh shit, he's getting in mine. Oh shit, no.
Audio Jungle.
Thank you very much to our words from the sponsors there.
What happened to that
Have
camera?
I moved?
That was
Have I
a-
done this? This isn't a me thing, is it? Oh, there we go. Shot ruined. Illusion ruined. What
I like
does that?
I like that some people saw this week. I posted in the Discord. I think that I could hear Peter doing some really
was me.
weird voices.
Doing weird voices. in
Yeah,
the
and I was like,
room.
I don't know what he's filming for Pocket, but it's like I've heard at least 4 different characters, and everyone,
that's the one he
everyone
went
was like, "Oh, this is what Steph was talking about." Like, that's what Peter was recording this week. I could just hear him going blah 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 blah.
Couple. Yes, a wonderful ad there for Nicrotex, one of our top stitched patrons there. Looks like a very
Upload to your server today.
upload Nicrotex to your server today. Looks like a very dangerous bit of software and some very dangerous acting by Pete there. That's some amazing stuff. Of course, thank you to Grim Pikzel and to RaddleSnakes for their sponsored words as well. You can send them in if you're at the $10 Patreon tier or above. Time to get on with some gameplay, a segment we haven't done this year yet, but we thought we might kick it off tonight with some very good gameplay. Very good gameplay is brought to you by Avexia. Yes, Avexia, a cream and a patron supporter as well, for those who know what that's about. In the past, we've talked about Avexia, or Nick has talked about Avexia by finding a word that rhymes with Avexia to add to our vocabulary.
Yep.
Kind of like a word of the day thing. I scramble to do the same thing. I'm the cheap replacement host doing a cheap replacement segment. So for that, I found a word that you all have
He is
called...
very cheap.
Ready? The new word is called, this is a weird one, Alexia. So Alexia is actually the inability to perceive written words.
like dyslexia,
Dyslexia is to jumble words. Alexia is to not know words. I'm like, has that got anything to do with like Alexa? Hey Alexa. Because she just...
I don't think so, guys.
Yeah, okay, right.
That is the name of a human. That's true. And also a robot.
So thank you very much to Avexia for sponsoring the segment, because we're going to check out a bit of gameplay, the aforementioned Mario 3D Super Wii Land, whatever it's called, but in a bit of a competitive spin on it. So we've come up with the segment that I've called Meowty Player.
Oh,
See
and
what's
you
happening
put a
there?
little graphic for it.
Back
We're all
Pocket
in the
Super Mario
suits.
3D World Meowty Player. Press pause to start. Pause is spelled with a W.
I see it. I see
Yeah,
it right there.
Quiet night at home last night.
Okay.
When you first made this, I was like, why is he giving me a fucking image with a transparency layer?
At the top?
Yeah.
That threw me as well. No, that's the grid of the background of the world. It's not an alpha channel for those Photoshop enthusiasts out there. That's just what it looks like. What we thought we'd do tonight is, because there is an online component to the co-op version of this Mario release that wasn't in the original, we thought what we might do is have a quick speedrun challenge against some Back Pocketeer fans who have pre-friended me on the Switch. So it's a little tricky to explain. We'll breeze past that. Essentially, we're just going to load them into the game. 2 rounds of 3 Back Pocket patrons, and we're going to race to the finish. Sounds simple enough. We might even dangle a little prize at the end of it. For anyone who can maybe win consecutively each level and get a crown for all 3 of them, I will make you a custom pockety of yourself, possibly even in a cat suit. I've made a promise. I now have to stick to that. So
We'll reiterate
Nice.
once we've done 1 round.
Yes.
Because it will make sense to everyone who that made no sense to just now.
which is everyone, essentially.
Yeah.
So, I think what we're going to try and do, Phoenix or Lion, Every, and Noodles, I've pre-friended you guys. If you've got the game booted up, I've made a room on the game, and if you're my friend... That sounds so sad. You guys should be able to just find a room. Oh god, even that sounds... It says
From bad to worse.
find room.
Get a room. Gus is
There
waiting.
we go.
Yeah, we got
Okay.
Phoenix.
We got
Here we go.
Phoenix as well. We'll bring
They're
that
joining.
as well.
Phoenix.
So we've got Phoenix O'Lion, Every, and Noodles. If you're there, jump on in. Phoenix choosing Luigi. I mean, I'm just going to choose Mario because I'm boring. It
Yeah,
might be
good.
easy for us to know.
Totally.
But we'll see if we can get 2 more in. If we struggle to do this, we can bring in someone else from the other round. Every, there you are. This is working way too well.
Eva. Ray.
Eva.
Ray. Sorry about that, Eva Ray. And Noodles, or...
Noodles was
It is-
Noodles was online 1 minute ago, so Noodles will be here in a sec.
and then after this, we're going to do 3 levels with these guys, and then we're going to switch back over, and we're going to do 3 levels with Munga, Hugaholic, and Avexia, the aforementioned Avexia, Alexia, forgetting words, which is what I'm doing right now. We've still got 1 more spot.
Still waiting on Noodles.
So we'll see if they come in.
Noodles.
And again, to explain, basically, you could do couch co-op on the original of this on the Wii U, but with this version, there is an online component to it. We had a little test run, and I think the idea is that if you're trying to race to the finish, you're trying to grab power-ups and coins and things like that, and you're trying to avoid dying. If you do fall behind, you hop in one of those Mario bubbles and you get pulled up to the front as well.
Yeah.
So I think maybe you lose points for doing that. Who knows? It's a bit of a scramble mad dash to the end.
I don't think you lose points, but you don't have the opportunity to get more points. Here's Noodles now.
Noodles, this
Yes.
works so bloody well.
I know.
Thank you, Nintendo, for
That's
working.
just lovely pocketeers hanging out waiting for the
Yeah, legends.
There we go.
moment.
Yeah.
I'm going to go.
And Phoenix was prepping dinner for the family as well, and was like, "When's the best time for me to feed my family? Because I want to make sure I'm in
because
there
we
on time."
previously did
Legend.
one with Luigi, who won. You can see Luigi is now wearing the crown. Guys, if you're watching the stream as well, this is a speed run. We are racing to the finish. It is a no-holds-barred race to the flagpole. We're going to kick it off now.
However,
the first one. Yes, Pete?
It's also about points because you get a score at the end. If you get to the flag first, you get a bonus, but you might get more points if you pick up all the coins. So someone's going to have a crown at the end of this, and if they can carry that crown to the end, they're going to get a pockety of themselves.
Oh, it
So
started.
It's already
God.
away.
Oh god, I'm falling behind like that. So I think, yeah, as you said, coins definitely help. Dying
But way too much.
would not help. Oh, no. There we go. I think we can pick people up
Get
as well.
the cat suit.
What if I,
Yes.
jump in the old...
Noodles has the cat suit.
Oh,
Go, go, go.
What?
So
You got to take the stairs if you don't have the cat suit.
so does Eva, I think. The
Someone's
cat
falling
suit.
behind. I think we all get pulled into this pipe. Yeah, because
Yeah.
it's like a checkpoint in the level.
Yeah,
That's
right.
cool that it does that.
And there is a little checkpoint down there.
So you guys take note because one of you is going to play this level again.
Gus is Mario. So back pocket person will be Mario. Phoenix is Luigi. Eva
no.
is Toad.
Oh, no.
And Noodles is Peach.
Whee!
Oh, Phoenix is at the front. That crown is carrying her to victory.
Phoenix, Phoenix, Phoenix.
In the pie.
So stressful.
But here comes Noodles with the cat suit. Take it.
That's it.
Hang on. So my theory
what's
here
going on?
is to forget the steps.
Oh, you're just going to get a cheeky little
Oh,
low score.
that was so
Oh.
sneaky. That was
That was
so
a scum play, Gus.
And like, why get to the top of the flagpole if you didn't get to the flagpole at all? That's
That's
what my
true.
parents always said.
That's true.
Okay, so what's going to happen now is I'm going to pass this down to Stephanie.
Okay.
And Steph, you're going to pick another level, but not before we see who won that one. Here it is.
Holy shit.
Wow.
Oh my
So
god.
getting first place didn't help you as much as we thought it
There
would.
we go.
No.
Steph, if you might run along the pathway, I reckon skip the next one because it's an underground one, but head to this next level. Oh, not that one.
Go
To the
across,
next
yeah,
one.
into that.
Yep, that one there,
Yep.
which is like an outdoor platforming level, so it might be a bit
Okay.
more fun.
Oh my gosh.
Eva.
I'm not a Nintendo person.
So Eva is now in the running to get a custom pockety.
Yeah, if Eva Ray can win the next two and come first in both of those,
Oh my gosh.
you will get your own
And Gus,
pockety.
I've seen Eva. You can basically just give him one of ours.
Yeah,
Oh,
right.
it's happening. It started.
Go, Steph.
Just go.
Oh my god, the perspective.
Oh, no, you fell off the screen.
And Eva was.
Who's where? Oh, Steph.
grab them
yeah,
power-ups.
get that stuff.
Steph, if
Oh,
you jump
points.
against a wall and push
Yeah, you
up
can
it,
just run up walls.
yeah.
You can just run up walls.
Yeah, that is the shortcut you need.
Okay, Eva's at... Oh, Eva just fell off the cliff.
Take advantage of this. Get up there.
Oh, there goes Phoenix.
Or whatever that bonus was. No, keep rolling, keep rolling, keep rolling.
Oh, Eva's in front again. How? Eva
Steph,
wants
take your
this.
power up.
Eva wants this.
push against the wall,
Phoenix
push against the wall.
Phoenix in the lead.
Steph's grabbing some power-ups from back there. I think
Oh,
this
no.
is... Oh, no.
How do I...
You'll float back, and
There
then
you
you
are.
can just pop it. You choose when to pop it. So now's good.
Nice. I think this is like such an interesting...
Oh, it's Noodles in the lead.
oh my God.
I can't see
Noodles.
myself. I
Yeah,
can't
you're
see
in,
myself.
you're in that bubble.
It
There
dropped you again.
damn.
Oh, no.
All right, I guess you got to kill this. Oh, everyone did. Oh my
Look,
God.
I would argue like Nintendo
chaos.
co-op
What?
is
I-
always a
I feel like I
absolute
spent
mad-
more time off screen than I have in the game.
Yeah.
Oh no! I tried to jump.
Get on the pole! Get on the pole! Get on the pole!
Where am I? I'm
You're
dead.
at the back! You're at the back! You're at the back!
Pop it. You got to pop. Aw.
Yeah, Nintendo Mario co-op is always just hectic.
Okay.
Yeah.
Every time they're like, you can help each other by
I'm
giving
not
each other
even
power.
in
Yeah, you're like,
Rip.
Mario didn't make it. This could be interesting. I'm keen to see if Eva made it to the top again because Eva collected a lot
Lauren
but didn't
May,
finish
well,
first.
this is a disaster.
All right,
Wow,
Noodles.
Noodles cleaned up that time.
well done.
Okay, here's
Gus
what
is
I'm
off the
going to
hook.
do.
Yeah.
Not to take away the ability to possibly win. So, Pete, I reckon if you go to the top one up there,
Yep.
try that one. I haven't done this level. If either of Eva or Noodles win this one, I reckon 2 out of 3 you get a pocket.
2 out of 3 get a
Yep.
pockety.
Yeah, let's not be too harsh.
Come on, Phoenix.
He just wants
So
to
yeah,
show off
technically
his drawing
Pete or
skills.
Phoenix. No, I feel like I dangled that carrot, and I would like to at least.
Well, I'm definitely throwing.
No,
Yeah,
no,
baby.
actually, is this a co-op level? This is just everyone ride on the back of it. Okay.
Plessy?
Right, so you all have to work together. It's like a bobsled.
All right.
It's a bobsled that you all.
I've
have
seen
to work
cool
together
runnings.
to turn the.
Feel the rhythm. Feel the ride.
Is that movie still okay? I
don't know.
I feel like that movie's.
Oh, someone jumped.
Yeah, I don't know how well it's aged.
It's a good movie. I just don't know if culturally it's still allowed to be as.
Yeah.
I have noticed with the online and actually with some of the Bowser's Fury.
Oh, let's go in this
stuff,
little
a
tunnel.
bit
Little tunnel. Oh,
of- Turn.
Tiny hole, tiny hole!
tiny hole. There was a tiny hole. There was such an opportunity for tiny hole that we didn't.
A little bit of
I'm just jumping.
stuttering sometimes performance-wise.
Yeah. Okay.
But that might be lag in this case. So are you all getting equal points?
I don't know. If this
Can I
doesn't work, we'll
suggest
pick a different
press
level.
up on the D-pad and get yourself a little cat bell. It's up on the D-pad?
Nope.
On the
It is
left
not.
D-pad?
There's only one D-pad.
Because you've got a little bell on the,
Yeah,
down
I'm
the
hitting that.
left. Or is that A? Is that saying press A for a bell?
Don't know.
Jump, isn't it?
Don't know.
This.
Look out for this hole, guys.
Oh wait, this is where you might fail the level.
Look out for the hole. Oh, do we want to finish the level?
Yeah, I think you do.
Yeah, okay. All right. Good work, everyone. Good work.
This could be a really hard way to distinguish who's the winner. Oh god.
I think we all won, and then you owe 2 people one.
No.
You owe Noodles and Eva.
Probably. Dits are saying it is up on the D-pad. Is that the?
Yeah, I'm hitting it.
It's making a buzz.
Well, that's a boost.
Maybe I can't while I'm on
No,
this
the boost
thing.
of the pads. Pete, are you not steering and just backseat?
What? I'm just jumping sometimes. Oh, get the star! Oh. Woo! It's nice
Are
that
you
I got
all
the
gonna
fun level.
I demand a new level if you all get the same score. Wait, it's a race to the flagpole. That will be what distinguishes who gets points.
Get down the hole! No, I can't get down the hole! Oh!
The chaos.
Last
The utter
in,
chaos.
last out.
Come on, Yahoo! Yahoo! Oh. Someone's. Noodles!
Noodles with the pole maneuver.
That was cheeky as.
That is brilliant. Right at the end, just sneaking up the flagpole.
So funny.
So hang on, Noodles gets it, which means everyone won one.
No, Noodles won last round.
Did.
Yeah, Noodles
Okay,
have
so if
2.
Noodles wins this one. I need
Nice one, Noodles.
round of applause, Noodles, ladies and gentlemen.
Noodles.
Well done.
By Gus's own law,
I now owe you a
will
custom
receive a custom.
back pocket pockety, either based off yourself. You could send a photo. We'll be in contact and we will work out what we're going to do for that. What we might do now is jump in the next 3, who we're going to do the same run but with different players on each level.
So I'm going to end online play. Well done, everyone. You're gone.
Noodles, Hockety.
So we're playing the different levels. So should I start with this one?
Yeah. So once
totally
we get
can.
the other
And then you
2
would
in.
do the second one, and then you would do the dinosaur.
Oh, great! I get to ride the dinosaur at the end.
Yeah.
Maybe I could do a different level for that one.
Yeah, we totally can.
So we're going to
Different-
set that
different
one up
crew.
again, but this seems relatively painless as a way if you've got friends or you've friend requested some people on the Switch. Yeah, essentially I think once you start making room, they can join.
Bajo and Jans are here.
Hey!
Oh, hey, Bajon Jans. Yay.
Hello, lovelies.
I saw Bajo was playing Little Nightmares last night, and he was raving about the visual fidelity and the compositing, or
That's because he thinks it's a Forza game.
Bajo and I are playing
You can't tell the difference
All-Stars
anymore.
this weekend.
Hey, cool.
Yeah.
All right.
We're already getting
we got-
this. Vex and Manga are already in there.
Manga?
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 Manga. With some
Manga.
tactical choices. So,
And who else are we waiting for?
the last one we're waiting on is...
Huddle Hugs.
I've got Avexia. Hugaholic. There they
Hugaholic.
are.
He's also chosen Mario.
Hugaholic.
Different character.
Oh, sorry, am I going first or you going first?
I'm going
You're going first on the first level.
So, the characters do play a little differently. Mario is like your everyman. He jumps the same. He jumps his usual Jumpman height. Luigi jumps higher and has a slightly floaty jump, but is slipperier, like he's always on ice. Peach
Yep.
has a famous like dress hover.
Dress float.
So I would like recommend. I'm playing the game through as Peach, just because she's got the best. She's almost got that little Tanuki
Yeah,
hover as
okay.
she
Yeah,
does
cool.
some platforming. Toad, I think, is a little faster.
Well, it
Pete,
worked
I think
for-
Good to press A when you're ready.
Oh,
sorry.
Oh, it's
down?
me.
Yeah.
That was
I'm sorry. I'm used to.
no.
Yeah.
I'm used to
Start,
a
I
different controller.
Nicrotex, whoever picks Luigi is at an advantage, right? I think he's faster. So if you run back to the first level, Steph. Wait, did you do? No, you did the second level, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yep.
This one.
Yep. So maybe for the third one, we'll either do the underground level because that could be just as chaotic, going through lots of pipes. That
Yeah,
kind of
sure.
thing.
Okay.
Yep.
I mean, we love riding on the giant. Cool. We're up. We're going.
We're going.
Full screen it. We're away.
What? How are you going so fast, Toad?
You can sprint by holding Y.
Oh yeah. Hold. There you go. And you get a little like
Jump,
start.
jump,
so
jump,
tiny.
jump.
Sorry, I forgot.
Oh no! You should have. Yeah.
Keeping in mind, this is for another custom-made PockArt. Sorry, not PockArt, Pockety. So I'm going to say again, the rule is if you win 2 in a row.
2 in a row.
Sorry, not 2 in a row.
2 out of
Win
3.
2 out of the 3.
2 out of 3.
You do find yourself with a custom Pockety. Someone chase the rabbit. It's a really pretty game as well. Like
It
I
is
know all
gorgeous,
Marios
yeah.
are super like
We're going for
rounded and
pipe.
lovely. Oh my god.
Everyone died. Someone went down a pipe. You went down a
Coins.
pipe. The chaos is Steph.
Yeah!
Oh, you just got 4,000 points out of
Dragged
that.
everyone back for a stand.
You are chaos. And just so we're clear on who it is, Steph is Mario.
Oh, I died! I thought you killed that.
I think
Steph is Mario. I think Avexia was Luigi.
Yep.
I popped the button.
Hey, or any button. I think anything. Go for the flagpole. Steph, just cheese it to the flagpole. Get up there. Yeah.
Oh, cheeky. Oh, there's 10,000.
10,000 to get the.
Oh, wow.
There's-
From Avexia,
There's
who's
no
coming
chance.
in. It does shorten the window when you get a touch
Yep.
on the flagpole. They've
Yep.
got like
Yeah.
2 seconds.
I should have climbed up to the top.
No, you got there. Otherwise, they would have beaten you to it and you wouldn't have gotten the flagpole. My theory. At least, let's see what the scoreboard
Okay.
says.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like I'm
comes the
still going
scoreboard.
to come last. Although I did get that stamp. Oh, second!
Oh,
Oh my gosh, how did I die so many times and still come second?
Munga there with the first
Munga.
place. Pete?
Killing it. Oh, yeah, I'm doing second level honor.
So
And
why-
should I just do second level and you do third level?
Sure. Yeah, go for that.
All right.
So we'll do this one as a mix-up in the middle. So Munga currently wearing the crown as little blue toad.
Munga in the toad hat.
We're trying to make this a serious esport.
Oh my god, it's away.
Holy moly. We're
Oh
down.
no. Get down the pipe, Mario.
Pete, you might want to full screen the game rather than my reactions.
Yeah, fair.
Full face. I mean,
I'm in the
Look
it
at
just started very quickly.
it did. I love that they keep the crown on while they're racing as
Yeah.
well.
As a
Or
reminder for who's on top.
throwing out Karen the
Oh, I just jumped on someone's
Cupid
head.
shell just as like a little bit of ammunition just in case it's needed.
Oh my god.
Drags everyone off.
Munga is just
That's
carrying.
amazing.
Well, we're going to get to some serious platforming now, so...
Oh, I tried to clear it all.
Munga just like...
Where am I? Oh my
stop.
Munga is a
You're so small.
I am pretty
I
small.
couldn't see either. Do you need glasses also? They're
No.
terrible on your
They
parents.
look awful. I couldn't possibly wear glasses. Someone went into a magic box.
You got to kill all the Koopas. Kill each other. I don't know what's going on. It's a free-for-all.
I can't see anything.
I just picked up Princess
The
Peach.
crown got lost. So Munga has the crown as like an extra hit. If they get
I
hit by
didn't.
something.
so
I
the
didn't.
crown, crown gives you like a buff.
Yeah, it's a little and you can either pick it back up. Someone take the left.
Right.
No. I just want to point out how bad Avexia is at this. Because I know it's paining him right now.
Pete who just
And I'm dying.
through a line
I've died a million
of
times, and I'm still confident I'm going to have a higher score.
Phoenix the Lion saying get the crown. Obviously knew what they were doing when they played. This should
Oh my
be.
god, Munga. Amazing.
Oh,
Oh, Peach
Peach
sniped!
float.
Peach sniped! No! Munga!
Came in over the top.
Wow.
Can I just say we have invented a new esport? I think like
is
Mario
If
speedrunning.
this was an esport, I would 100% get into esports. Oh my gosh.
All right. So
What's the
Munga
score
won
gonna
the
be?
first. They have a chance here to possibly get themselves the pocket.
Munga's
It's
got
already
it.
there.
Munga's got the pockety.
Amazing. That was amazing.
Does Munga get a PockArt if he gets the 3?
Oh, can we stop promising people things? We have a lot to
Nah.
deliver on.
A
So we were
pockety's
saying
good
we can do
enough.
that one.
Yeah.
That's the crazy.
That was
level.
the water one.
Do we want to do? I don't think there's another level over there. Nah. All right. All good.
Yeah.
There's a crazy circus level that's terrifying. Crazy terrifying circus level.
Yeah. Do something different.
Why not?
Crazy circus level it is. All right.
Munga says the lag doesn't help. What a humble brag.
Wait, Munga.
Oh, my
winning?
my 200 ping is
right.
causing me some trouble. I
Whoever comes
guess.
first in this one gets Gus's firstborn child. as well as a
Yeah.
prize.
Not
That's
happening.
fair.
Oh wait, this is a puzzle where we all have to press. Make sure they're all pressed. Oh no. This could take a while. Come on. There we go. Okay, go.
Wow.
Whoa.
I'm getting more casino vibe than circus.
Yeah,
Right,
You're
actually.
inside like a slot machine.
This was a bad idea. Hang on. There's a little power. Oh no. I've ruined the esport, guys.
What is happening?
We need to make sure we all cover. We all need to come down, guys.
Like a co-op thing. This is
We
like
did
Oh yeah, you got it.
This is like Fall Guys. You need to work together, even though you're being
I like Gus
competitive.
was like, we all need to come down, but he was just hanging at the top waiting for them to
Really
do it
hard
so
to
he
keep
could go.
eyes on where you are. Okay, go.
Classic
That's checkpoint.
I
Halfway through
missed
the
it.
level.
Oh no, we have to get all of these.
Oh my goodness.
We're doomed. We're
wow.
actually doomed.
Wow.
Okay. Where am I?
Fall Guys flashbacks for sure.
Okay, I'm just gonna stay over here.
Yeah, I bet you
Of
are.
course you are.
There's gonna be a whole row of blue right
Gus, you
front.
gotta go back.
You gotta go back. Be a team player.
Be a
We
team
did it.
player.
We did it.
Look at that.
Oh, he makes the head start. He's off.
Doing.
What do I want?
Doing. You fell down the side.
It's really hard.
Oh, look at Peach go.
Peach.
Where's my bubble? Oh, again?
Can't remember who's who. That's bad.
Oh my gosh. I can't even follow this, let alone.
I'm going to bubble.
I'm nervous to play it.
No. Get in the pipe. Get in the pipe.
Get
What happened?
in the pipe.
This is ferocious.
Oh, yeah, all those points.
Manga racing.
I think Manga's got a.
So I've lost 2
Oh,
lives.
Ouija,
Oh,
no.
you're out.
I think you have limited lives.
Yeah, right.
You do.
Oh, look at this. Manga just taking
Oh,
time.
Manga.
I think that's why I couldn't finish.
Just grab the flag, Manga.
Nah,
Manga,
not
get
good
out of
enough,
there.
Not good enough.
Don't
Stop stalling. Stop
Don't
hijacking
behind
the
points.
stream.
That killed Manga. They were like, no, only 400.
Well done
The
to
only
Manga.
one to finish.
The only one to finish, and finishing 3 levels in a row wearing the crown of the now popular esport Mario 3D World Back Pocket Multiplayer Tournament.
Avexia exclaims, "My own segment."
My own segment.
Sweet.
Lovely.
Yeah.
So that's the online version of the multiplayer there. Thank you to Phoenix O'Lion, Eva Ray, Noodles, Munga, Hugaholic, and Avexia. Noodles and Munga, we will get your details, or we already have them, I'm sure, and we will get a custom pockety out to you. I'll get in contact with you. We'll discuss it. It'll be like a consultation about having your own pockety made.
Love
Yeah,
it.
very nice.
That's what we're doing this
Consultation.
year. That is the end of Very Good Gameplay. Thank you again to Avexia sponsoring and playing that one as well. We're going to take a short break, and then we'll be right back.
Oh, sorry. I wanted to. I put you. You're always asking me to put your graphic up again.
Put the graphic up so everyone can see all the hard
at that.
work you put
Look
into
at us
these
all
things
in our
that we
little
put on
cat
screen
outfits.
for like half a second.
And again, if anyone would like their custom pockety from this tournament in a cat suit, I'll do that as
You
well.
should release these as like desktop backgrounds.
I could. We could do some proper, strip all the text.
Yeah,
out. Be like,
text-
this
text
week,
layers, yeah.
this is the wallpaper
art
we're
deserves
releasing.
to be enjoyed beyond the like few.
The art
moments.
is
The
to
art
be
is
looked
to be
at.
looked
The
at,
art is to be
Stephanie.
looked at.
It
A
is.
volume of wallpapers
Gosh,
from
this
Gus
comes back
Reynolds.
around full circle, doesn't it?
Thank you for bringing that up again, Pete. And thank you for those who are playing. We'll be back after this ad break.
From God.
Dota dick, Dota dick, Dota dick, Dota dick, Dota dick, Dota dick,
From God.
Dota dick, Dota dick, Dota dick, Dota dick, Dota dick, Dota dick, Dota dick.
We're doing this again?
Yes! It's fucking game. That is some flammable lemonade.
She has no chin! Break the fucking window!
Please. For fuck's sake. That was a very tender touch of my thigh.
Oh, hello.
Hey, pick fingers! That's fucked.
Final chapter delivers.
Hello. Back at the couch. How weird is that? That feels wrong, doesn't it?
Can I just say how wonderful it is to have Will Cutting's like spectacular trailers?
Thank you.
Every time I watch them again and again.
Just make that game look way better than it is.
Pizzazz.
We say it week to week, and the ad breaks are just like the most fun part of the show for us now. We're going to do some PockArt very soon, but before we do, we want to thank the people who were in that ad break. Steph, you have the script. I don't remember who was in there. It was definitely there was two. Will remember he cut it.
The first one, Slowpunk.
Skirovik?
Skipper. No. Yes. Thanks to Skirovik for the word, and then the rest was all me and Gus.
All
Yeah,
of us.
and you also saw there a new ad for our new podcast, because we're doing a podcast version of the Backup. So it's basically the Backup news morning show that we do, just the same thing as the audio is taken and put in podcast form. And also Pocket Watch, which Will and I have been doing with Nick, although Gus was in this week as well.
Well dressed.
We've been watching WandaVision.
He was.
Oh yeah, he was well dressed. So we make that a podcast as well. So people have been asking for different ways to consume our content. That is a way you can do it. And we did ask you guys to leave some reviews, because that helps us. I mean, I know everyone always says that, but it really does help other people find the podcast if you leave reviews. And we have promised that we would read some of those reviews out on the show. So I'm going to do that now. So Broken Domino says, title, lovely listening. Review, tantalizing for the ear holes. Moo Daisy titles it, yay, and says, as a verified piece of shit, I love this. Very excited for my favorite channel to produce media in this way. Makes it so easy to listen whilst working. Thank you so much, Moo Daisy. Pat is Melting titles his review just yes. And the review is, the visual component is gone. My ears will soak in their syrupy audio outlet. Thank you, Pat is Melting.
Pat is Melting, completely disregarding everything I do for the show.
TJMJ titles it, Gus looking good in glasses. Review is, this is an insult. Jim James Jamble leaves a review titled, here is the review. The review is, this 5-star review will sound great when read by Gus. Thanks, Gus. So if you are listening to our podcast, or even if you're not, and you want to leave a review that we'll read out on the show, please do, and maybe it will get read out.
Yeah. Very nice. So now we've got Gussie over on his computer for some a wonderful segment. It's been so long since we've done it, and it is PockArt, back PockArt, as presented by Nicrotex. The one and only Nicrotex, who is in our systems right now, destroying our servers. Gus, did you find a tweet for him?
Did I find a tweet for
of
Nicrotex?
Nicrotex?
Oh, I did.
Yeah.
Am I on comms?
You are on comms.
Oh, cool. Just double checking you guys can hear me.
Yeah.
I did. Let me bring it up. Can you see my face as well?
Yeah, I'll bring you up in 1 sec. Here we go.
Okay. I did have a tweet from Avexia. Anyone who's noticing as well, we haven't done the PockArts for a while. I've got a big backlog to get through, but I still have my glove and my glasses now. So I've gone for an interesting combination. And as we've done in the past with Nicrotex, Nick has read out a tweet of his, randomly picked, and which I have done as well, and it is as follows. Looks in folder, find script, can't find script, stalls longer, have you seen the glove? That's the wrong script. Here it is, ready to go from there. This is a tweet from Nicrotex from 2020, so from last year, and he reads, okay, just cracked open a pack of Tim Tams. According to the packet, it has a 0.5 star health rating. So hopefully, I eat 10 of them, I get the full 5 stars worth of health. Some wise words to live by. Nicrotech, Nick Belling, thank you very much for sponsoring the segment. And for sponsoring PockArt, who this week is going to be drawn about who?
Yeah, so we've got 3 lovely Pocketeers that will hopefully we can get 3 done tonight. We've got 2 that should be able to be here for the chat, and I can already see that Frosty Phoenix is in on hold. So we'll get Jules J to jump into on hold, and we'll get her done next. But for now, I will move Frosty in to the. Can you just move him into on air call?
Or do you need me to do that?
Yeah, if you can.
Oh, they're already in.
Frosty, are you there?
How are we?
Hey.
Yeah, nice. We're good, mate. How are you?
Very good, thank you. I've been enjoying the episode tonight so far, so happy days.
Yay.
Thank you very much.
It gets worse from here.
Now let me bring up the script. Do you want to tell us a bit about yourself while I'm doing that?
Sure. My name's Frosty. I'm human. I'm 20 years old. And I like playing the guitar.
Nice. A muso.
And also, you look good with and without facial hair.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. And jackets as well.
And that jacket. You shaved that whole jacket off.
It's gone. It's gone. It's down the sink.
Yeah, Frosty took part in Movember last year when we were taking part as well. I think that thread got archived for now, but there were some great photos of him in there looking very, very well shaved. Why is this taking me so long? You guys riff for a second.
Oh, cool.
What do you need to get sorted?
I'm trying to bring up the script because he's answered a form for us.
Oh, right.
Of course.
Okay, brilliant.
So I've got some deets there.
Oh, nice.
Well, first and foremost, I was just going to like make you a guitar. It's like the first thing you say.
It looks like it's got boobs. It looks like it's got
Now it
boobs.
looks like
They're not boobs. Oh, no. Not
it's a VeggieTales character.
Definitely boobs.
Look.
a VeggieTales character.
Larry the cucumber. Larry the guitar.
Thanks, guys. Don't be so perverted.
Everyone's saying boobs in the chat, guys.
No,
It's boobs.
Miss Silverseas, I thought that was boobs on the guitar.
It's that weird second-hand one that Billy Corgan picked up. It's broken.
Yeah.
That was a callback.
Fuba.
What?
It's a bit of a stretch for a guitar.
You don't think that looks like a guitar?
No, did the chat
Oh, right. Okay.
labeled it Booba. I think it's a great modification.
Frosty.
Oh, no.
Where is it?
Gus, you remember we had a conversation earlier about how there was some old stuff in the script. You deleted all the new stuff I put in the script, which was
Did I?
all of the... Oh, no, it's here. It's here. It's in a
No,
different...
I did not.
Okay.
Everything is fine.
So,
It's all fine.
we've got Frosty Phoenix. Are you okay for me to use your real name as well?
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's
that's all good.
Meehin or Meehan?
Either's fine. Either's
Okay.
perfect.
Meehan Pereira, age 20. Studying a double degree. Tell us if any of this has changed since you filled out this form 12 years ago when we promised you this logo.
It's all good. Everything's correct.
Yeah, good. We've got studying a double degree in electrical engineering and finance. So you spend, is it financially wise to be spending all your money on guitars and I assume pedals as well? Because it says down here you're into metalcore, hardcore, and deathcore, all the cores.
Oh, great. So
and they require some pedals.
And I drew an acoustic guitar.
Yeah, it's got to be electric, right?
It's fiscally responsible, I swear. Don't worry.
They'll make you money.
There are so many different subgenres of metal. I when I worked in a call center, I sat next to a guy who was a hardcore metal fan, and I was like, I just feel like metal sounds like noise, and he was like, allow me to educate you. And the rest of our friendship was him just introducing me to every like Norwegian black metal and magic something metal and all kinds of different metals, which I have to say all sound the same, but I'm sure that there's nuances that I'm just not getting.
They lied to you. It is just noise. It is just noise. But it's music to my ears, and if it sounds like a beep boop from an old like VHS machine, then that's fine to most people. But yeah, no,
That's fair.
I love listening to it.
So this guitar is becoming a Gus's version of an electric guitar, which looks like some kind of SG disaster. Is that okay?
Yeah. Can I be honest? I absolutely hate SGs.
Yeah, I think anyone who likes guitars does. You've drawn Angus Young's guitar.
Yeah.
Right.
He has, yeah.
What type of guitar should I be looking up as a reference, Frosty?
Anything that's not an SG.
Google, mate.
Do one of those ones that looks like that's pointy,
Like
like
a
from the
flying
80s.
Yeah, you into
I
like
wish
the.
I owned one.
Sorry, what was that?
I wish I owned one of those pointy ones.
Yeah, the pointy ones
They
look cool.
sick.
One of my favorite guitars in the world is James Hetfield's got a really simple. I think it's like an Ibanez or something, but he's got a piece of masking tape on it, and in like black texture he wrote the words "eat fuck," and it's EETFUK. It's like,
That's brilliant.
that's the most metal thing I've ever seen.
Can we think of like a sticker version of it for Frosty that's like a censored version that sums up his life? So it's like engineer and what's the other thing?
It's got two pointy bits at the top as well, Gus.
Does it?
Yeah.
Depends on the guitar. I mean, that is a guitar.
That is definitely a guitar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Looks like a star from
Now
Mario.
does-
Yeah.
What if we gave it like...
Can I throw some more facts your way to see if they'll inspire you, Gus, and the couch, and
Happy to
maybe
be inspired, but
me
as
as well.
usual, you guys are going to have to let Frosty or yourself like translate them into
That's good.
things I can draw.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so we've got interests here. Tolkien's Legendarium, lovely. Maybe it's Gandalf playing guitar.
That'd be so metal.
I mean, a good... we always do fall back on this one, but like, what's the facial hair situation we're talking about here?
Oh, looks good with and without beard.
Yeah.
Said.
And when
I'm fine either way.
No,
Yeah.
but what do you have currently?
I currently have the it's exam period, so I haven't shaved in 2 weeks kind of look. So it's scruffy.
Some sprouty stubble.
Oh no, it's a hairy guitar.
It's still with the this is where the metalcore, hardcore, deathcore, all the cores comes from. Playing my guitar, horror stories, podcasts, art. Can I tell you about a couple of podcasts that you can find on on the iStore right now?
Maybe the guitar has headphones on and is scared. It's afraid.
It's a scared
and then
guitar.
there's something spooky, like a crypt thing coming up behind him because it's a horror podcast.
Well, I'll tell you, fears, bagpipes.
Oh man.
And it's a crypt keeper playing the bagpipes, but behind him.
Okay.
Oh, actually, sorry. I've got to. Well, before we land on anything too solid, I've got to get to the weird facts because this is the most interesting section for you for sure.
Sure.
I can play the bagpipes. Now we've got a bit of context as to why you hate or at least scared of the bagpipes. I have performed on stage with, and Gus is going to cream himself here. Watch his face. Paul McCartney.
Whoa! I
There it
also
is.
creamed myself.
Where's Paul McCartney?
Can you tell us a bit about that story?
Yeah. So interestingly, it was for bagpipes. He'd come.
I knew it. I was like, it was part of some fucking bagpipe orchestra that Paul McCartney specifically requested.
Yeah, I know this.
Yeah, no, that's a pretty succinct way of putting it. He came on tour in end of 2017 on the one-on-one tour, and he needed some bagpipes for one song. And the one song is called Mull of Kintyre, and it's from his solo career or with Wings,
Right.
and it's super Scottish, I'm so proud to be English, and there's bagpipes and shit, and I don't know, he's singing about some lock
Sure.
somewhere.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Were you the only one playing the bagpipe? It was a full.
No,
troupe?
no. There was quite a few of us.
Cool. I
yeah,
definitely
was lucky
saw
enough to be
you.
one
I
of
was
those.
there.
Oh, you were there?
I went to that tour. It was cool.
Oh right, yeah.
you
So
go.
I did the Melbourne show.
Yeah, cool. Of course. I didn't see that.
Yeah.
That's so cool, man. Look, what a fun thing to have on the.
Yeah.
I mean, who cares about resume and it's just that's going to be something you can tell a story about for the rest of your life.
So
Yeah,
why are you
it's pretty
afraid of
cool.
bagpipes?
I hate playing the bagpipes.
You're just cursed by your skill of playing the bagpipes, so you have to play them.
How did
It's-
you come
it's-
to learn the bagpipes?
It's just a thing that we could do in school. Which, if you're from Melbourne, narrows down all the schools I went to a very small list.
Scotch?
I can't tell you why. It was so long ago. I think I just decided. 12-year-old me was like, "Let's play bagpipes, dude."
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Did you go to Scotch grammar?
I went to Scotch College.
Oh, we're rivals
yeah.
then.
We are.
Yeah. Let's not name drop any more schools, but boo.
Yes, boo. I agree.
Can I
Horrible place.
ask? Did you get to interact with Paul at all? Was he intimidating or?
So I got to meet him very briefly. He's really nice. Just a really imagine how he is. I don't really listen to much Beatles music, so I don't know him outside his music career. But he's just a really cool dude.
Yeah, nice.
Super nice. Just he wasn't pretentious or anything at all. Really accommodating. Happy days.
Yeah, nice. Well, I'm disappointed that's the answer because I was hoping that we could draw Paul McCartney as bagpipes creeping up behind you to scare you.
I mean, I was
totally do that.
kind of halfway there. I was going with a Paul McCartney-esque character, just creeping up behind him. But again, I don't really know how to draw a beetle quickly.
It looks like something John
beetle.
Lennon would have drawn.
You could
That's a
draw
good
an
point.
actual beetle.
Ooh,
make it
that's not
meta.
bad.
You know?
Yeah.
Happy to can revisit that.
But a creepy beetle because he listens to horror podcasts and you can draw some bats in there and the bats are playing bagpipes.
Yeah. What's a creepy beetle-like creature from a zombie film?
You know
Or a
what really
horror film.
scared me? You know in the Mummy film, those beetles that went inside
Scarabs.
people's skin?
Arabs, yeah.
That was terrifying. I found that movie so scary because of those stupid beetles. And the graphics, when you look at it now, is comically cartoonish. But at the time, I was very afraid.
Okay, I see Beetlejuice as well in the chat.
That's pretty good.
Potty top. Beetlejuice or The Mummy, do they resonate at all?
The Mummy, I love The Mummy. And
The
I
Craft
agree
is
with
a great
Steph on the whole
Beatles scene.
the Beatles scene.
Oh, yep.
That freaked me out as a kid.
Paul
yeah.
McCartney as a scarab beetle is trying to enter your flesh. You, the Flying V guitar. Flying V with one weird arm for some reason guitar.
It's not a flying V, it's the one that's pointy.
Yeah.
I don't know what the name for it is.
That sound right?
Yeah,
If Pete says Beetlejuice, I'm like, oh my god!
And bats.
And bats as well.
All right, we've got a lot of what was filled out in this form.
And like a full
we don't
moon.
Have a full moon.
Yeah.
Because that's when the Beatles come out.
I just think it adds to the spooky horror theme. Creates the ambience.
Yeah. And do slow punk playing on a mound of trash in front of the moon. What haven't we hit here?
Finance.
We haven't hit
Finance.
We haven't hit finance.
We have to work finance in there somewhere.
Or electrical engineering. Is the goal to build your own pedals?
Like, I guess I kind of picked engineering and finance on a whim. Like, I pretty much flipped a coin to get into those courses. So it's not like I was younger and I was like, I'm going to grow up and make amps and pedals and guitars and stuff. I just sort of landed in this course, which is not helpful to making a PockArt. I'm sorry.
Because the rest of it has been so helpful.
Well, we've still got favorite game movie band, favorite band, triple pronger here. Parkway Drive.
Everyone has Parkway.
Everyone loves Parkway.
Polaris, who I don't know, or Pliny.
Fleet.
What? No, Pliny,
Didn't hear
a
that.
classical musician.
Oh.
Which is nice. There's a lot of correlation between classical music and metal.
Well, I reckon we've got a little bit of real estate on the guitar itself, so maybe just like a little reference of something that we can slap on as a sticker or something there.
Oh, yeah.
Any ideas?
Favorite film? What was the favorite? Or favorite game?
Yep, sorry.
Something gaming in
I
there?
just lost my spot. There was a favorite game. It was Halo Combat Evolved. Excellent choice. Or why did this disappear on me? You're right here. Megan, tell us.
Sure.
Favorite game?
I put down Halo Combat Evolved, Skyrim,
Yep.
and Medieval 2 Total War.
You absolutely did. I was just testing you. It was here all along.
I am the real Frosty Phoenix. It is I.
Favorite films, Lord of the Rings trilogy, and then very explicitly in all caps, but not the Hobbit trilogy, which is totally fair. But yeah, I reckon we could get some Parkway Drive on there because Gus knows all the album covers now that he's drawn them in.
Well, and it was like, to draw the Parkway Drive logo, it's like some kind of this thing with all these lines, and it's like, I don't know, kids love it. I don't even know any of their songs. Yeah, I reckon I will put some placeholder, I'm probably doing that wrong as well, like stickers and stuff of bands and films and stuff over.
And the guitar has a necklace with the one ring hanging off it around its neck.
Good. Nice symmetry there, Steph.
Thank you.
A little bit of that there. And just so you know, it's from The Hobbit.
Is that gonna destroy you, man? You'll see the one ring.
I am, as I say with all these, I'm pretty happy when I get to a point where I'm like, I can see when I go back over this in fine pen what it's going to look like.
Yeah.
I'm going to have a lot of fun making a haunting Paul McCartney Beatle wearing bagpipes. I will make that look more like Paul McCartney, I swear.
Yeah. Do you feel like that captures your essence, man?
That's brilliant. That's better than what I had in my head.
It's something. I'll give you that.
What about, Gus, there's nothing you want to, you often have an interesting location that they're in. Is there anything you need for that?
I mean, I liked, Steph was saying like something a little haunty. So Full Moon,
Yeah.
Misty Moors.
Yeah.
And like, that's where you would find Paul McCartney on the,
Yeah.
The Mull of
on the
Kintyre.
moors.
Do you have a favorite horror film that we could maybe allude to in the background there?
So this is the weird bit. I don't like horror films.
He likes
I like
horror
everything that's
podcasts.
horror. Yeah,
No.
I like podcasts, art, and
Horror
what else do I
stories,
like?
podcast art, and then not like horror movies. Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay, how about this? It's like he's in a haunted cemetery, but instead of tombstones, they're little iPods that are just like buried halfway up in the ground to represent podcasts.
I like it.
That's pretty cool.
really cool.
And they're old podcasts,
little
old
classics.
iPods as well, with like the headphones hanging out of them.
And that's nice because it's also scary because it's technology that Mean is too young to remember.
Like, why is he there a spinny wheel on that iPhone?
My neighbor had one, and I just didn't understand how to use it.
All right, now I
Into lines of Zayas
All those
Make them
videos
do-
of
Yeah,
like
good.
dudes trying to get their kids to use a what did you call those telephones that go like this?
Yeah.
Not
Are
ready.
we
Oh my
actually
God.
doing-
Yeah, I know.
It's called a rotary phone.
Rotary
Yeah.
phone.
Bloody
yeah.
Steph, we're the same age.
You're both too young to have had rotary phones. We had one
No,
under our
my
house.
friend's mum had one.
Yeah, okay. Rotary,
Yeah.
rotary.
Yeah.
Nice.
Got it.
I'm happy with that. Are we happy with that, gang?
I think that looks great. Megan?
I love it. Looks great. Thank you.
Done. All right. Apologies to all, to you and all future PockArt designs that I do. Apologies for its lateness, but I will put some extra love into it when I go over it before it gets sent out to you.
Cool. No worries. Take your
Cool.
time. Thank you.
Yay.
Thanks so much,
man.
champ.
Thank you.
Dude.
All right.
See ya.
Later.
All right, we've got Jules J is already hanging on hold, so let us know when you've saved, and we'll get stuck into it.
All saved. Good to go. Let's do it.
All right.
Running through them.
He is burning through them. Jules, are you there?
Hey!
Hey.
All right.
Hi, Jules.
Hey, how are we going?
Good. How are
Good.
you?
Going good. I have to say, I mean, we're all missing Nick, of course, but Gus, 10 out of 10 introduction, mate. We're so proud.
Oh, nice.
I'm new to this kind of being on camera thing. I thought I'd give it a
You haven't wasted your single, buddy. This is well spent.
No, I'd say he's
lovely.
milked it totally.
Oh,
Okay,
there it is.
Settle in, guys. It's going to be a 4-hour logo.
Yeah, I did it.
Jules, do you want to give us a quick rundown, or do you want me to refer to your form you
look,
filled in?
I mean, I feel like Frosty's kind of stolen my thunder already, because I've, as you know, because you've read my thing,
Yeah.
I'm like just a musician. I'm also a human being. I also, I love all kinds of music. I love Lord of the Rings, love Skyrim, love Halo. Like, man, what's left? Like,
Hey,
want
if
this to be
those
a
things
varied
define
show?
you, we can make a different version of made up of the same things if that's what you want. It's just about you and celebrating the things that you love.
Yeah, and remember, Megan doesn't like horror films, so they're all still available to you.
yeah, that's going to be a no from me.
All right, so the cello, that's an interesting instrument.
Yeah.
Do you...
If you like, Gus can draw boobs on one for you.
You're a giant ring wearing a guitar around your neck.
No, it's got to be a cello, mate. It's got to be a cello because that's what I do. That's what I get paid to
That's
do. It's what I
beautiful.
love. I've been playing for a very, very long time.
Oh my
I'm
god.
more than happy to
Hopefully
draw you
we'll
as a cello, but are you, as long as you're not feeling like I'm just leaning on the whole, like, everyone is a stringed instrument thing tonight.
No, that was my thing. Like, Frosty took that from me. I'm
Yeah.
taking it back.
Yeah, cello, front and center.
All right.
Yep.
I'm going to jump straight to your favorites because
Yes.
I think we'll find some fun things in there. So your favorite game you had listed as Portal, which
Yeah. So that was, I only played it about 2 years ago. I've been really late to that party and played it in about 4 hours, which I think is on the top end of how long it takes to finish that game if you aren't, following any spoilers or walkthroughs. And I just loved it, and I think it is just the perfect game. I have literally no criticisms about that game, and I can't say that for any other game, I think. So that's just a 10 out of 10 game for me. It tops
Absolutely.
all my lists.
We could definitely
Absolutely.
have something coming out of a portal.
yeah,
Like,
I would love to see your at least the bow coming through a portal to play.
yeah.
Dude, Endless Bow. Oh, I can only dream of Endless Bow. That'd be insane.
Movie, Lord of the Rings trilogy.
Nice.
Yeah.
Who can blame you? That's the best trilogy
We do
ever
have a
made.
type when it comes to our like people who watch the show, don't we?
Yeah.
Amazing
People
with
people
great
with
taste.
excellent taste.
Let's just say it one more time, not the Hobbit trilogy.
yeah. Thank you very much.
Even
Good to clarify.
even poor Peter Jackson would say that. Though.
Yeah, totally.
When you watch interviews with him, he just looks like ashen.
Yeah.
Isn't there that clip of Ian McKellen breaking down on set because he's surrounded by green screen and he's like
Yes.
this thespian, Shakespearean trained actor. He's
Yeah.
just going,
Yeah.
what is this? What is this junk? Like,
Yeah.
Moons.
Yeah.
A different director.
Band, too many to list. You could maybe list a couple, but we'll come. We might circle back to that. Book, Catch 22,
Oh, yeah.
lovely,
Oh, yeah.
and sport, soccer. Weekends, or you were into it in more than just kind of a casual way? How do you play soccer?
I am in love. So I'm in the ACT. We have a fabulous women's side, Canberra United. I love them. I think they're terrific. And so really into the W League. I think they've been done dirty by Fox and KO and that whole broadcast
the
debacle.
broadcast coverage is just a. Simon Vinn, who is another Pocketeer, brought it to my attention. He was like, "Why is this so fucked?" And I was like, "There's a million answers, and it's hard to blame the broadcast people the technicians who are on site, but someone's fucking done the dodgy there for sure."
They've randomly cut to that guy in his bedroom.
Now that's funny.
Editing. And there was like a tuba in the background. I'm thinking, this is lovely, but this is not soccer.
Look, I'll take that in any show. If the rest of the show is good, I'll take that. They let you down elsewhere, but I'll take that any day of the week. There are obviously some people working remotely, and the coverage at the ground was just like one camera in the middle of the stadium,
Right.
kind of just trying to follow the ball.
Yeah.
And then at one point it just cuts to a dude who like looks like he's part of the graphics team or something like that, who's probably sitting there on the call chatting to people, and they just like accidentally pushed his camera live. So he's just sitting there, doesn't look like he realizes it.
Yeah.
He's up there for 40 seconds or something before they cut away. It's crazy.
But he's playing the tuba?
No, it was just behind him.
The tuba was behind
The
him.
tuba was behind him. So
Wow.
yes, totally.
Yeah.
There's so much to unpack. I feel like the soccer ball should be bouncing out of one of the portals, and then the arm with the bow should be coming out of the other portal.
The what with the bow, sorry?
The arm with the bow, the bow for the cello.
Oh, right. Sorry, I missed that bit. Yeah, cool. Got it. So I forgot the portals. Yeah, my mistake. We'll do one behind. Is that one of those weird ones where the one behind...
there's a very cheeky look on the face, and Jules, tell me if you're against the idea of a little bit of cheating, but kicking the soccer ball through the orange portal up the front and the blue portal being like pointed at the goal and the goalkeeper not realizing.
Look, I have distinct memories of activating the invisible walls cheat in FIFA. I can't remember which one. I think it was like FIFA 6, and like just completely bamboozling the AI. Because I never played against actual people. I just always play against AI and get like 20-0 games.
Yes.
So I'm not not above cheating in soccer. That's fine.
They put it in the code.
They put it.
You should be able to use it.
Okay. Well,
I like that.
Get like some kind of kick. There, it's going to go through the portal, which is going to be a weird thing to draw backwards, but I'll work out something, I think, that we can do for like one portal up the front with the ball going in that way, coming out the back.
Thinking with portals.
We're now all right, we've got the net at the back, and we're going to have, who would be the goalie that you would like to put one through that would be like failing at getting it?
The guy with the tuba.
I love it.
That stupid tuba guy.
He's just standing there holding a tuba.
It's happening.
Like, if you got to pick an instrument to block a goal with, the tuba's a pretty good one.
That's
It's
true.
really big.
That's true.
Is it the one that wraps around you?
No, that's a sousaphone.
A what?
Superphone?
Sousaphone.
Snoosaphone.
Sousaphone.
Zeus?
It's just this for 20 more minutes.
Did you say moose or phone?
Sousaphone?
All the above. Let's just leave it there.
All right.
You're also supposed to be like, all right, we're going to stop. Okay, so we got a portal at the back. We got a cheeky cello player who's going to kick one through.
Thank you, Tim, for spelling it in the chat so we can...
Up there, and that's what's going to put it through the goals behind. Very tricky thinking with portals. There was another element, or another couple of elements. Help me out here, guys. What were we thinking?
There's... describe yourself in 3 words. Let's take that. We've captured the opposite of this energy. Flailing, you're kicking ass.
Yep.
Polymath and wannabe.
Well, they go together, flailing polymath wannabe.
Okay,
like,
right.
I want to be a polymath, but fuck, it's hard. Like the time pressure on just wanting to do everything that I want to do is just getting pretty existential now. It's like, you're getting on a bit. You're not going to finish all those books. You're not going to watch all those shows. And so I feel like because it's been so long since I filled out that questionnaire, I've had a lot of time to think about what I wanted this. I think some element of like a clock ticking, like just really menacingly, like just constantly grilling me about how much time I'm spending on things.
Could it be the timer at the sports stadium kind of ticking down in the background?
Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect.
I like that.
And also, because you've said here weird facts about yourself. I have to complete every book, game, movie, TV show I start.
Oh, yeah.
You can't do that to
I used to be one of those people.
Yeah, I feel like I have to let go of that now, and it's really hard because, even if I'm not enjoying a book, just finishing it is like the tick that I need to go, yes, I've done this. But, like, you just can't waste time doing shit you don't enjoy.
Totally, and then you end up not reading because you think about, I should sit down and read, then you're like, oh, but I'm reading that awful book that I'm not interested in, so then you're like, I'll do something else, and then you're just not reading.
Yeah, and I think just recognizing like a sunk cost fallacy. It's like, yeah, I've spent 3 hours on this game so far or whatever, and then just realizing that's just not fun. So traditionally I would have been pushing through because of this compulsion to finish everything. But now I just, like I said, I feel like I'm getting on a bit. There's stuff I want to do, and there's plenty of content I will enjoy. So why am I wasting time on stuff I don't
Ask yourself the question, is this valuable for me and my time? And if it's not, just cast it to the wind.
Exactly. Does this spark joy?
Does this spark joy?
Exactly.
So I thought what we could have just up on the back is like we could have a classic scoreboard up there, but be in some form of penalty time.
Injury overtime, that'd be great.
Yeah, it'd be in overtime. And so that's just implying that the long hand of the clock of life is ticking away constantly. But what I will say that I'm going to be happy to do on this one is that instead of actually just having the portal kicking it through and the tuba player, again, very crass little sketch at this point, he's diving to stop it back there, but the portal up the front, we're actually going to see him through that as well.
Nice.
Up there. We'll get a better close-up as you've kicked it through there as he's doing his dive in front of it. So now we are really drawing with portals because we're going to have two different versions. Which means that
is this because I said nice things about your introduction?
It is, and this is so much so that I'm going to have you then sticking your head out as a cello of this portal because that's where you're kicking it from. So try to keep on. This is going to break me later when I have to draw it.
It's going to be amazing.
Over time, like what score are we looking at there? Is it like, 7 to...
I think just hanging on, maybe 1-1 or something.
Oh yeah, that's right. We are playing soccer, aren't we? So it's 1-1.
Yeah, it's going to be 1-1.
It's an exciting game. It's 1-1.
Gus is like, I know sports.
And you're about to score the winning goal to make it 2-1.
Anything else? I mean, we can put you in a stadium as well with all the people and the fans.
With all the cast of the Lord of the Rings trilogy.
Oh, yes.
Martin Freeman.
I mean, Martin Freeman was great.
He was great.
He was good.
Yeah.
I do have a request if we're going to do some background stuff. If you have, like, library shelves in the background as the crowd, that would really, like, just go right to the heart. I love reading.
Very creative.
I love to surround myself with books.
Brings the book element in there. I love that.
Right, good. We've got a stadium at the back, and all the fans at the back with their little hands in the air are books. We're going to have classics up there.
Catch 22's got to be up one up the front.
Yep, absolutely. Yossarian. Oh.
Arms on the books. All pretty stoked to be there, all watching the game up the front. This will look particularly messy, but I will clean this bit up, I promise. It's just one of those funny ones to draw. Cool. So we've got you kicking, as a cello, kicking a ball past a tuba playing, doesn't even know he's been cut to, television broadcaster. As you put it through with a portal, in overtime on the clock, as you have all your favourite books in the stands cheering you on. Is there anything we've missed there?
Yeah, something really pedantic. So those little S-shaped holes on the cello, they actually are like dead set in the middle of the instrument, not on the bottom.
Oh, right.
What are you drawing, a viola?
Oh my god.
You idiot.
Wow, I did not expect viola jokes to make it on Back Pocket. Is like a...
I feel like I know all about viola jokes because I watched Two Set Violin. Do you watch them on YouTube?
I went to the Queensland Conservatorium. They went there, so I know the guys actually. Yeah.
Awesome.
I am not musical at all, but I just love that channel. It's so funny how like YouTube opens up worlds to you that you're not even a part of, but you can kind of enjoy 100%. Peripherally.
Yeah. My favorite thing to come out of that is the Ling Ling 40 hours. thing. I don't know. If you know.
Insurance.
Shut up, Pete.
Yeah,
I'm
and that just reminded me when you said that Reese had done 50 hours of Valheim in 2 days, and I was like, Ling 40 hours.
So we might take a detail out, but the two S's have been moved up a little bit, and I've even used one of the S's to spell "shut up, Pete."
We're keeping it.
So there we go. We're keeping it. Oh, good.
Nice.
Nice.
Oh, I love it. That's
Very cool.
awesome.
If you have, I'm very happy with that one there as well. These are coming together. For someone who felt he was a bit concerned he was out of practice, both on screen and drawing pictures.
Gus, you're doing great.
It's a wonderful evening in the world of Gus.
Wonderful evening to be Gus.
How you feeling, Jules?
Shit I say sometimes.
Terrific. I love it. So
Awesome.
great.
Cool.
Hey.
Last thing, I always do this with everyone just because it's like nice to have a feature that makes them feel like it's them a little bit. Is there any defining feature like a piercing or a hairstyle or glasses or anything in particular?
No, I'm super vanilla. Like, I do wear glasses, but just to drive, and I don't like wearing them generally because...
Same.
No, all good.
So I'm happy, like a pixie cut maybe? Is that a bit... do you do
No,
hair?
of course.
Do you do hair?
You do hair? I try.
We always do hair on this show. You've seen us do hair on this show.
That's kind of like one of these ones, isn't it? It's sort
No.
of like... No?
No,
No.
God.
I'll show him later.
look it up.
All right. Pixie cut. Put that in there.
No, that's a Karen haircut. Sorry, I've got a 3-second delay, so I'm only just seeing it. That's a Karen haircut.
no.
Don't give me a Karen haircut.
Placeholder.
That is a very Karen hair. All right.
Awesome. Well, if you're happy with that, let's leave it there. That's awesome.
Great. Thanks, guys.
No worries.
Thanks, Jules, and thanks for watching and supporting.
Always.
Legend.
Love your work.
All right.
All right.
Done. Saved. Good. We're 2 through. We're at 9 o'clock.
Yeah.
I'm happy to leave it there because I think we do need to dive through a few more of these. So we are going to do... I have promised I'm going to do a couple of solo streams of these from home where we can knock out like 5 or so in a night or something like that.
I was going to suggest the same thing.
There you go. Cool. All right.
Put the PockArt thing up. That little spot. Yeah. And I'll give you some room to move over here. There we go. So that was PockArt. Brought to us by Nicrotex, the legendary Nicrotex, Nick Belling. And thanks, Gus, for putting up with us yelling random stuff at you for
Look, it's always
the better part of half an hour. But we get some fun stuff made.
We did. No, all good. Well, that's pretty much... Will! Welcome.
They don't know that.
Hang on.
I could be gone.
You could be gone, but...
Where was that?
I am envious of your single angle. It's like
Yeah.
a nice soft focus.
It's very crisp and just...
It's crisp. You've got like some low lighting over there. It's very complimentary. Not that you need low lighting, but it helps everyone.
Well, it hides a lot. It's nice.
Yeah.
I know. I've got other parts of my head. Stop.
All good. I mean, well, that pretty much brings us to the end of tonight's episode. Thank you, everyone, for watching, chatting away in the chat. Everyone who gifted subs tonight, that is super lovely of you. If you are not subscribed, we implore you to maybe use your Bezos free Prime. If you've got one subscription, drop it in the channel. He doesn't need it. We definitely do. And we also need...
Or just be nice to Antonio II, who thinks
seriously?
just throw them out like they're worth nothing.
Chuck your little heart pocketies in the chat for Antonio II?
Antonio II.
Antonio II deserves all the hearts that he can get, especially, and Dusk as well tonight. Heaps of people gifting subs in there tonight as well. Of course, if you want to support the show, you can head over to patreon.com/backpocket, where you can be a patron of the show and you'll get all sorts of rewards. Some other stuff we've started this year is a Redbubble store. So if you head over to redbubble.com/people/back-pocket, you'll see there's a store full of merchandise. Whoa, plenty of hearts in the chat. Thank you, guys. There's heaps of merch in there. We are hopefully going to add some more merch next week. And then we're going to get started on designing the custom piece of merch for the We're Back Baby Pocket tiers. That is the $35 tier.
Yes, so that's the one that if you subscribe to the specific tier, you get specific merch that we've designed on the show, and that is separate to the Redbubble store. So you can only get these limited edition pieces of merch if you subscribe to the Patreon at that tier. And there'll be different things each time, I think. Yep. They're going to be t-shirts, there might be like something different.
A duffel bag. I'm a big fan of a good duffel bag.
A backpack.
Back pocket backpack. Oh, it's all, the ideas are there. There is a thread in the Discord for any suggestions for merch. If you've got something, a light bulb moment in the shower, race out, type it in the Discord and I'll have a read. So that's what's happening there. What's also happening is, as you saw, the podcasts and the other shows we're making or streams. Pocket Watch is tomorrow. We'll be watching the episode of WandaVision, and then the episode episode will be following either later, or probably the next day on a Saturday.
We need to confirm because we need to confirm with Nick to see if he wants to do it like from some beautiful resort location.
Maybe he could just have a fake paradise backdrop behind him.
And then he'll turn around and there's an actual paradise. It's like, why didn't I just face it that way?
But that is, you can watch that on this Twitch channel. That's where that goes up as well, doesn't it?
No.
Goes to YouTube.
The man's crazy.
This is the fun part about this year. We've changed a few things in delivery methods. So if anyone caught the news on Monday and Wednesday,
We haven't done the news in years.
Wait, didn't
we? We don't do the news anymore.
The somewhat daily backup?
No.
That's news.
We haven't done that this year.
Being broken. Anyway, you'll hear my voice be like, and you can catch this as a podcast. Pete's like, it is a podcast. I'm like,
we're on a podcast right now.
You're on one right now.
It was all a dream.
Pocket Watch is confusing because we record it in the same way that we Twitch stream, so I can see how.
Yeah.
But they go up onto YouTube after a little tidy up, and they go up onto the podcast as well. And the podcast is a great way to listen to it. But if you want to see people in cosplay, you're going to have to watch it on YouTube. YouTube.com/backpocket channel.
The best type of cosplay, which is one that you put together literally with 2 minutes to go. You're like, mix your bed hair with. Anyway, you can watch it. Head over to the YouTube channel. It's youtube.com/backpocket channel. You can see our pocket watches. You can see our playbacks. You can catch up on the Little Hope series that we saw a trailer for before, which I'm very excited to see the final episode. So you can watch all of those there and previous episodes of Back Pocket Tonight, which is what you're watching right now, and which is what is coming to an end right now.
Just quick thank you to our mods as well. Thank you as always. We see you in chat doing cool mod things. Thank you so much.
Totally.
We'd be nothing without you.
And as I mentioned, we wouldn't be anything without our patrons. Of course, our Top Stitch patrons, everyone knows who they are. You know who they are because you see their wonderful commercials in the ad breaks. And so thank you to all of them. We mentioned them heaps tonight, but we can't make the show without them. Next week, Nick should be back, so we should be back to things as normal. But I've had fun doing this. I think
You've done very well.
It's less about that and just more about it's a fun to change the dynamic sometimes. I think we should all... I'm going to suggest things live here. We should occasionally rotate the chair.
Give me a
once
go.
or twice. Just saying it. Now that I've got the power of the
Let me
chair,
at it.
It's all gone to my head.
He's going to take over the world.
Here's what's going to happen. Cut to end credits. We will finish there. So stick around if you're going to stick around and watch the post show. Thanks to Raj, who sponsors that one.
He's drunk with power.
Raj, who sponsors the post show and creates all sorts of havoc and chaos. And that's where you got to watch it. Was last week's post show the one that left us all in giggle fits?
Oh my god,
Yeah, it was-
my whole body was sore from laughing after last week. That was crazy.
I mean, expectations are high for this one. Maybe we'll let our abs and cores
We'll
calm
just
down.
answer some chill questions.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
So stick around if you're going to see that one. Otherwise, we will see you guys all next week or in the content that we make over the week. And I think we're going to back it out.
Let's back it out.
Let's back it out.
Bye, everyone.
Check it out.
Thanks, everyone.